Huh?
How come you breathing so heavy? How come are you breathing so heavy? No, you just got in the chair and you're breathing heavy. Is that your daily
Can
work?
you hear me breathing?
Is that your daily workout?
Hey, it ain't funny, Larry.
It is funny there.
214-787-1190. It's the Automotive Edge Radio Show. Happy New Year to everybody. We won't be here on New Year's.
Not quite New Year's.
2025 will be in the rearview mirror, and 2026 coming. I'm excited about 2026 and what it is going to bring to the American people. I'm 100% excited. I tell people, if we can put down all the fake news, all the fake media, and leave the president alone, let him do his thing, we're going to be just fine.
Mhm.
We're going to be just fine. And it was a big conversation with me with a lot of people going, do you really think? And I talked to a buddy of mine. I said, just let's go back to the coach, my scenario about coaches. You got coaches that yell and scream and curse and throw and call you everything but a football player. But when you're hoisting that trophy,
you're hugging him.
Everything that was said and done doesn't matter.
High fiving, hugging, lifting him up, Gatorade over, and the whole 9 yards, right?
You know, when I was playing Little League football, I had a coach, Junior Ward, and I thought he was tough. And boy, oh boy, when I got into football and we met Coach Dacus, things took a turn. And he really let you have it. But the end result was always good. Didn't like him, couldn't stand him. I'd see him in the hallway. I wouldn't even acknowledge him.
Go around the other right way.
I'm like, goodness gracious. But when it came time to play football and we won,
ready to rock.
You know, and so that's where I am in life is you may not like what comes out of the president's mouth, but all the lies and the venom and everything that's being spewed that is so false, and we know it's false, just needs to stop. If you're in Washington, keep your opinions to yourself and let's talk facts. All the rest of it doesn't matter. You know, I was up early this morning. I was watching the raid on Mar-a-Lago. Never before in the history of the United States has that happened.
Of course not.
And then they go to Biden's house and they find all that stuff in his. And it's a different standard. And I'm going, just think about that. If you're an outsider and you're coming in to drain the swamp, you will be hated. And that's where all this hate and everything needs to go away. There's so many people out there that want to see America great. But you got too many people with their hands in a cookie jar, and they don't want that disrupted. But I hope that we come together more as a nation and pray. The churches are packed. Divorces dwindle. And just good things are coming. When I look at everything, and I do a lot of study and research because a lot of decisions that are made affect the auto industry, whether people buy cars or not. You know, when people aren't buying cars, that's not a good thing. It's not, because it's the most.
That's a bad domino effect, isn't it?
Well, it's the largest employer in the world.
Doesn't trickle down; it trickles up, which is not good.
Well, if you think about it, I was talking to a guy in the insurance agency, and he has an insurance agency. Just think about it: when people aren't buying cars and they pay them off, and they drop only to liability.
Yeah, there you go.
And I said, well, hopefully you're not going to defend how much money the insurance company is or is not making.
Yeah.
And he said, well, the more liability that policies that are written, the less revenue coming in. And then when catastrophic things happen, all that money, I said, that money needs to be dwindled anyway. When I saw how much State Farm and Nationwide, all them made, even after paying all these actors, everything, I'm going.
Yeah, I was going to say, it dwindles their commercials.
Unbelievable. Yeah, their yachts and helicopters.
Yeah, exactly.
And I'm going, then advertising slows down. Then manufacturing of parts slows down. The manufacturing of automobiles slows down. everything the reins start to get pulled. Then they start slowing down assemblies, and they go from 3 assemblies to 2, and it spreads. And you think about everything it takes, from every kind of advertising, accessories, insurance. There's so many facets of the auto industry that we don't think about. All the R&D that's going on with all of these major companies out there, K&N filters, all the oil drilling, and all of this starts to slow down when people aren't consuming these goods or needing these goods. Starts from decisions that are made at the top. When you look at back up 2 years ago, the average car life was 10.2 years. We've added 2 years to it.
It might even get longer.
And I know a lot of it's due to uncertainty, but it is certain that we have a president that's not taking any crap. He's doing what needs to be done. You may not agree with what he's saying, but when you look at where interest rates are, where the housing market is going, where the stock market, my gosh, which I'm not a big stock market guy, but I'm looking at the numbers going, there's a lot of really good indicators of what is going to transpire next year. The only big, foobar we have right now is getting, the health care taken care of. We know that one of them was just a total disaster. Everything they said about bringing down all this, and this, it was just, there was none of it was true. It was lining people's pockets.
Well, I can tell you it didn't work.
Yeah,
and it didn't work for the average American people because we dealt with it. And what a sham. And it's horrible. And they just make it to where I don't even know who's benefiting from it unless it's somebody that's...
Well, sure we do.
Well, I'm talking about an individual.
Well, we know the individuals that are benefiting from it. It's not the people that need the health care.
Well, that's what I'm saying. I'm not sure what individuals are reaping the benefits of it, like
the ones that are in need.
Regular people that are not in government are over all that, because it's higher in the cashback. The deductibles are high. It's terrible, and a lot of providers don't even want to take it. So whoever created that, I kind of have an idea.
Well, we know it's already been titled. No big secret, but
it's horrible.
That's why I tell people in 2026, register to vote. Quit being silenced. Let's all come together in a positive, really, really good way, without any violence and throwing rocks and smashing buildings and all the other craziness that goes on. It gets nothing done. All it is they're just attention grabbers. And let's hold people accountable, because you got the midterms coming up.
Mm-hmm.
And when they all come out and they hold these rallies, and I was looking at that one congressman in California. The lady goes, "Will you commit to no men in the women's restrooms?" And he goes, "I will commit where everything needs to be fair." And she goes, "That's not what." And she asked me 5 times,
fair,
and he wouldn't answer. And I'm going,
same.
You know what?
Yeah,
that's the problem. So we need prayer back in our schools. We need to be spending time with our kids. We need to get them to put those silly cell phones down, get off the computer, take them out in the garage and show them how to fix things, show them how to change a tire, how to put oil in the car, take a walk with them, get out and see the great United States of America. And let's bring in 2026 as positive as we can, because there's a lot of great things in the work. There's a lot of great things that happen if we choose to find them and not rely on the local news for just a bunch of hogwash. It's the most negative source in your life is turning on the news. And so don't watch it. Turn off the news, and let's get some positivity going in the world, where we force people to start reporting all the great things that happen. And it only happens during the holidays, when people are pouring money into Toys for Tots and the angel trees and the homeless. This needs to be 24/7, not just for the holidays. And then it gets noticed by the news media because crime is going down depending on where you live. There's a lot of things that are changing, so they're kind of forced. Well, let's force more of it. The good things that are going on in the United States of America, and start honing in on that and create more warms and fuzzies for people to have a better outlook in life. 214-787-1190 is the number. That's 214-787-1190. Well, coming up, we got some automobile jokes, and we've got the driver safety book. And then we're going to be forecasting what's going to be going on in 2026 based on all the indicators I've been researching and studying. And then to let you know, if you're looking for a newer pre-owned car going into 2026, go to theautomotiveedge.com. That's theautomotiveedge.com. Leave me your name and number. Yesterday, I was on the phone with numerous amounts of people. They were giving me their budgets or telling me what was going on. It was great because most of them knew their credit scores, which was phenomenal. A lot of people were prepared with down payment. They knew what their budgets were. And we're going to be helping them, I guess, till the sun goes down today. 214-787-1190. Quick break. Don't go away. We'll be right back.
Huh? Your phone's right over there. Up there next to your coffee. Thanks, everybody, for tuning in. Got Ron Weiss, Jim Wagoner. We have the Super Ronnie Swain. Everybody's starting to pop on. Ron says, hey, guys, allergies attacked me, feeling like I've been hit by a truck. Hope y'all had a great Christmas. Good Christmas. Yes, we did. I did. Kurt, I think, had a pretty good one. Good morning. Jim says, good morning, gentlemen. Appreciate all the knowledge about the automotive industry. Cheers to a great day. Thank you, Jim. Yes, sir. It's going to be, what, about another 80-degree day? Changes a little bit, doesn't it? Tomorrow or Monday? Which one is it? Not sure which. Yeah. But everything's going all right so far this morning with us. There we go. Now at least you can hear us. Do you need help with that? Sure. Let me hold your hand.
Do you need to what?
Hold your hand with that.
This technology is stupid.
It does get a little wacky.
Technology is stupid.
Well, it's almost got the point of like people killing me. I did the update on my phone. I hate it. Just starts doing different stuff and
you're waiting for it to be more helpful, and it's really a pain in the wazoo.
It is
even on your computer.
Every time
my email I updated, and they went. And they had this new version, so I typed in, hey, what's the deal? And they said, well, it's going to be on there for 72 hours, and then you can opt out to the old. So for 3 days, you got to be aggravated.
Gotta suck it up.
Because you didn't want it in the first place. But
and I don't get it. I mean,
somebody back in corporate goes, hey, let's just throw this out there and see what they think, but we're going to lock them down for 3 days.
It reminds me of some of the designers in these automobile manufacturers, like, this Malibu just ain't working. Let's just get rid of it.
You wonder how many of them are sitting back in factory laughing their butts off going, I wonder if they're going to buy it.
Yeah, exactly.
Let's see if we pull this one off. And who they convinced to put it out there.
I don't know. I guess sometimes that if you have a business or a type of business and you can just do whatever you want and not be affected monetarily, I think that's what happens. Microsoft, Google, they just kind of do whatever they want because they go like, what are you going to do about it? We're Google.
Yeah.
If we screw it up, you're going to have to like it. And iPhones, they can
shut the world down.
That's what I'm saying.
Isn't that amazing?
You don't like it? We'll take care of you.
You're concerned about Trump and the nuke button? What about
Just shutting down the internet. How's that going to affect you?
Microsoft and all the rest.
Yeah, you lose your bank account, you lose all your health records, you lose everything. I'd be worried more about that. But it's crazy, man. I don't get it. To me.
All right, we are back in 15 seconds.
Thinking. To me, it should be, would you like to or not? If you want updated, my click would be no. Remember? One of the best songs that's ever been put out.
Two 214-787-1190 is the number. That's 214-787-1190. It's the Automotive Ed Radio Show's last show of the year, helping you with all your automotive needs, whether you're buying, selling, trading, leasing, parts, service, or body shop. We want to help. There's so many of you now. You've been on that end of the year bubble, and the bubble's popped, and now you're scrambling to see what's available, what's out there, what the deal is. So many people going, yeah, we're going to get them dealers now. It's the end of the year. I'm going, okay. Hold that thought.
If you've waited till the end of the year, I think you only have a couple more days to make that happen.
Yeah. So here's the deal. Eldorado Chevrolet, excuse me, up to $18,000 off on select Silverados, and there's a bunch of them. I was up there. What day was I there? I was there Wednesday and stopped in and saw Jason Long, and congratulations. He graduated NADA school.
How about that?
And he's well-deserved for his promotion in the company with the Eldorado Group, the Stan Graff Automotive Group. And I was visiting with him, and I went out to walk the lot. And he's got a bunch of trucks up to $18,000 off. A bunch. It's not just one. And then you show up and they go, oh, I'm sorry, Mr.
Kind of like Walmart.
Yeah, Mr. Smith just took it home.
Yeah, we got a big sale on this TV, and you get there's one. Oh, sorry to go.
Yeah, that's it. and also $7,000 off all Colorado. So if it's the off-road package, just a standard Colorado, $7,000 off MSRP. You got $6,500 off on the Chevy Traverse, $7,500 off on the Equinox, and these are 2026s, not leftover 2025s. 2026s up to $18,000 off on Silverados. So he doesn't have anything on the lot, doesn't have a discount on it. Suburbans, Tahoes, Trailblazers, Blazers, the Chevy Equinox, the Chevy Bolt, all of them. They are price move. And then I went on the showroom floor, and he has 2, 4, 5, 7 Corvettes on the showroom floor.
Ooh, you didn't come home with one?
Buddy.
Did you almost come home with 2?
No, and Rusty goes, Rusty McDonald, new car director, goes, hey, I know you want an LT1 in green, but I got that LT2 out there with all those ads, and I'll make it pretty doggone helping you to buy it. And I'm looking at it.
Salivating?
No, I just didn't. I can't do the black wheels.
Oh, come on,
Can't do it.
That's what stopped you?
Yeah. Even on the green,
man,
I just can't do the black wheels.
I have a hard time believing that.
Because I go back to green when I was growing up, and chrome was the deal.
But this is a new day, Kurt.
Not for me. Not for me.
All right. Well, they couldn't change the wheels out?
No.
See, you know why? Because it probably looks great with the black wheels.
For you.
For probably about 95% of the people.
Okay, that 5% is that 95% is not paying for my car. And so they have the
if you buy it, I'll pay for the wheels.
You might want to rethink
but I want to drive it too.
Yeah, so I just told him, I said, look, the wheels are the killer. And he looked at me, he goes, those wheels, I said, for you. And then even some of the stuff are going, you don't like those wheels? Absolutely not. And even on my new car, I've got black wheels, which I don't care for, but that's the only way you can get it.
All right.
and I just wanted the car. I didn't care about the wheels on this one, but on something like that, wheels are paramount. And so they have these polished chrome, and I'm going, that's what I want on the car. It just goes with the green. Black and green, kind of like when people wear black and blue, it does not go together. If you're wearing a blue blazer with black slacks or a black blazer with blue slacks, you are not dressed correct.
Green and black is different. It's not black and blue. And that green, isn't it kind of a lighter color green?
Yeah, it's a metallic green, bright. Just not my gig. Not my gig.
I wish you'd have taken a picture of it.
I did.
I want to see it when you get a chance.
I took a picture of it, and I was there, and I went, you know what? This is a great looking car. And he goes, let me make it affordable. I said, you can't make it affordable
because of the wheels.
He said, I can. I went, I promise you can't. So we went back and forth for about, so
the bottom line is they have a lot of Corvettes there, believe it or not. Look at that. Come on, man. Look, but it's got so much black trim. That's what makes it pop.
No.
Oh yeah. Oh
no.
You know,
I'm old.
You can lead the horse to water, but you can't make them drink.
I just can't do. I think it takes away when you have a bright.
But look at the black trim on it. That's what makes the trim pop with those wheels.
Well, for somebody else. So, hey, you want to make that deal. And let me just tell you, at Eldorado Chevrolet 380 and 75 McKinney, 9-time Chevy Dealer of the Year, their used cars, if a new one doesn't work in the budget, maybe you're looking for certified, maybe you're looking for a cash car. If they have their name on the back of it, you're buying a good quality pre-owned automobile because they're accountable. I tell people, yesterday I spoke to so many people that said, well, I found this car. And I went, so I'm booking them out. I'm going, you guys are $6,000 behind book value. Why are they selling that car that cheap? There's something wrong here. At Eldorado Chevrolet, if their name's on it, they stand behind it 100%. The place, Eldorado Chevy, 380 and 75 in McKinney. There's no need to shop for a Chevrolet anywhere else than 9-time Chevy Dealer of the Year. They're not the biggest. They just happen to be the best. Although they're big, they just happen to be the best. Up to $18,000 off at EldoradoChevy.com. That's EldoradoChevy.com. So I'm looking at 2026 and what's going on in 2026, what's coming down the pipeline in 2026, and I couldn't be happier. I think 2026 is going to be a banner year. The big thing is going to be affordability. That's why people have gone from 10.2 years to 12.2 years holding on to their cars. All the service shops that I go to, mainly Driver's Edge, and I got some buddies have some independent shops, they are thriving. I asked the guy, so what's your average car? This was unbelievable. Now, PMA has a lot to do with it. That's the market area. He said, my average car coming in, get this, is a 2015, 2016 models. And people are doing complete timing belts, tune-ups, head gaskets, transmission. It is amazing what they're doing to keep these cars going. I said, what was the average car that you worked on? He said, about 125,000 miles. And he goes, and now these cars, once we, get them all jammed up and jelly tight and ready to go, he said, they're bringing them back, every 5,000 miles for an oil change and tire rotation. I'm like, wow, that is something else. I said, could you do me a favor and ask the consumers why they're hanging on to these cars so long? He goes, I can tell you. I talk to them all the time. He said, there's no way they're going to go out and spend $40,000 on a new car. They're not. And I'm like, I get it.
Yeah, it's going to take someone to have really a lot of problems with their vehicle when they're throwing this kind of money into that, something else, and something else. About 2 or 3 times, they're going to go, well, maybe I need to do something. But if they get something repaired and it's another 8 months or so before something else happens, they're not going to get rid of that car. Well, it's just more affordable to keep it.
Well, that's the old cliche. I'm going to drive it till the wheels fall off.
There it is.
And they're not playing around. Tire sales are up. Basic maintenance is up. These 100,000-mile cars, they're going, hang on just a second. If I put $3,000 into it and I do the alignment, new tires, timing belt, head gas, get this thing all sealed up, cleaned up, new belts, new hoses, heck, I can get another 56,000 miles out of it. And you know what? Certain makes and model cars will do that easily.
Well, Jim Gibson, who just joined us, by the way, a longtime friend from my hometown.
Oh my God! You see what he posted? A town car. And
how great is that? I
Yeah.
love those town cars, and it's got 62,000 miles. His wife loves it. It's a 2005, and it's exactly what you're saying.
I'd love to ride around the back seat of that.
That's a nice car right there.
I'm telling you, I love them town cars. Not a problem.
Yes, sir. And that's why they're keeping them.
Yep. And the SUVs and the big decision are coming from women that have an SUV. They're maintaining their SUVs, and the SUV's not going anywhere. They're going to keep that vehicle, and it's just the way of the world right now. And I so get it. But there was a big meeting.
Well, one thing I'll throw this in is that when you look at some of those vehicles that are 3, 4, maybe even 5 years old, and you pull it up next to semi-new one, maybe a year or even brand new, they've made them to where they look really good still. Like back in the day that you would pull up a car maybe 5 or 6 years old and you go like, man, that car looks old.
Yeah.
Like the body style was not whacked out, or you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It looked old, but they don't now. You pull one up that's 5 years old and you go, that looks like a brand new car almost, if it's taken care of. And I think that's another reason is that the vehicles are looking better longer.
They're not outdating themselves.
Yeah, that's what I think. So
that's a good thought for somebody your age.
Yeah. Is it not kind of go?
Yeah,
Have a show over?
Yeah. Hey, get him his check. Bo's checking out. 214-787-1190. Quick break. Don't go away. Phone lines are open. Coming up 10 o'clock hour, it's New Year's resolution time. I am just so curious what people are going to say for New Year's. I got the top 3 here on the Automotive Edge Radio Show on 1190 KFXR. We'll be right back.
Well, good morning, Judge Christopher Lee Gregory. He says, good morning, my friends. Hope you all had a great Christmas. We did, and I did get your message. Thank you. Out June 20th on mark on June 20th, our calendar for the next clay shoot. There you go, June 20th, Kurt. And if you
is Judge gonna let us out there?
Huh?
Judge Gregory gonna let us back out there?
Well, have you
maybe I'll win another gun.
Have you picked up what he?
I need to go see him.
Well, at least you can get it on June 20th. We can schedule a show out there and you can pick it up then.
Well, I've been trying, I tried to talk my wife in. I said, hey, let's go out there and see Judge Gregory and take a look at these dogs. And we have, we have the 2 Bernie Doodles, but Bella's not doing so well.
Yeah.
So she's having a hard time seeing and deaf.
Yeah, I know about that. We got one just
Melinda
like
goes, do we want another dog while a puppy that's going to be playing around with Bella?
Yeah,
Bella's not doing well.
Right.
And I'm like, let's just put Bella in a kennel. Oh, that ain't happening. You thought that I just,
dug a grave.
I just yelled at the Pope.
Oh,
I'm going, golly, Melinda. But those dogs, what Judge Gregory has, my niece has one identical, the one that kind of has that really cool brown and light colored.
Right.
And man, what a cool dog. I was playing with that dog the whole time. I sent the picture to Judge Gregory last Sunday, and it's a bigger version because his puppy's identical to the one he has. I'd love to have one of them.
Says he only has the black and white when puppy left. We call him Oreo.
Yeah.
Well, I'll ride out there with you. We need to go see the judge and plan it this time.
Yeah, when do you go back to court, Judge? When is
he's probably going to be back Monday.
Yeah.
I would think. Unless he's taking a couple weeks off or something for the holidays.
Well, I saw his son skating. Did you see that?
I did not
see that. On Facebook, man, his kid, he's ready for the stars. He's out there skating and having a time of it.
How about that? He might be one day.
Yeah.
Ronnie says, Kurt, your dogs are kind of like Bo. I can't hear either. He goes,
I love Ronnie Swain.
Yeah. I used to. I used to. He's
you gotta hold a treat in front of his nose to get him to follow you.
Judge Gregory says he's a workaholic. Well, he keeps that court in order. I know that. Beautiful work down there.
I didn't know he has got to be the first judge that goes public with his doc.
I've not seen anybody else do it. And that just shows the transparency, how great it is, because.
And what was good was you saw what he did when he started and where it was and how he was cleaning that dock up and just, he's one of those guys that talked about what he would do for the people and stuck to his word, what he was going to do for the people.
Well, he's not a hoarder for his court. He got in there and cleaned it up, and he wants to keep it clean, and that's the best way and most peaceful way to run a court. And he's been great. And the change that went from before him to now is astronomical. And anybody that lives in that precinct.
Well, hey, Judge, Melinda's in the other room, so here's what we're going to do. On my text me your address on your cell number. On my cell number, I'm going to call you, and I'm going to bring her out there because once the puppy's in her hands, I think I got a better chance than just talking about it. So between me and you, we can work this deal.
And Melinda's tuned in on the show.
Is she? Oh, no.
No.
Too good. By the way, my wife just tuned in. Hey, honey. That was great. I looked right at my phone.
It's done.
Is she tuned in?
No, he said done. That's funny.
That's too good. 214-787-1190 is the number. That's 214-787-1190. Okay, at the 10 o'clock hour, your resolution for 2026. And then we're going to be covering the top 3 resolutions that people say is their deal.
I already know what number 1 is because it's the number 1 every year, I think.
What do you think it is?
Losing weight.
You think?
Or I guess you could say losing weight / getting healthier. Could you put it in the same category? Or would that be 2 different ones?
No, that'd be.
I'm going to throw a curve and say I'm looking to gain weight.
No, I tell you what, there's a lot of people that would like to put on weight based on what they've been through.
But I never hear anybody say that's what I want to do for my New Year's resolution. I want to gain weight.
Hey, and by the way, I want to let my brother know I'm not photoshopping my face on live TV. I have lost weight.
He's using filters. Don't kid yourself.
He told my sister, he goes, is he photoshopping his head? I'm like, how do you do that? Just show some love. It's amazing. Melinda was saying, you know what? You don't have a sweet tooth anymore. We're not eating late at night. We eat early, and I'm doing a lot of cooking again. And so, which when I cook there's no crap in our food. It's all, there's no additives or preservatives or anything. Everything I do, I cook from scratch.
Don't you find that it's difficult sort of to make that change, but once you really get in it and stay to it, that it becomes a lot happier and more fulfilling life?
Well, yeah.
Don't you feel better? Don't you feel better about your life the way you're living it now than before?
Well, I'm going to tell you, when you take 30 pounds and you just hold it out in front of you and you realize how much weight you just took off your body and your feet and your knees and your back, you're going
every day, 24 hours a day.
Yeah. It's something else. And you go,
true, Ronnie.
What'd he say?
He says all those gym owners are sitting there counting dollars ahead of the first week of the new year.
Oh, I got a buddy. You know what they said, though? I have a friend that runs a gym, and he said, you know the hardest part about what we do? He said, these contracts are so airtight, it's like a timeshare. And people come in, and we upsell them, and he goes, I make a fortune the last week of December and the first week of January. He goes, I make a fortune. And he said, and then they go to get out, and they don't realize what it costs to get out of the contract. So they just probably don't show up.
That's it.
And I'm going, really? He goes, yeah, we've got these things so airtight. And I'm going, unbelievable. He goes, yeah, you complain about getting out of that timeshare, sign up for a gym membership.
There you go.
Yep. And he goes, a lot of people ask that now when they sign, when they're signing up going, how do I get out of this? And he goes, boy, do we have to dodge that bullet.
You get out of it by going to work out. And you get out of what you're bad at doing.
Yep. Hey, this segment of the show brought by the great folks over at Freeman Toyota. Dane Miner and his staff. I love this guy. I've known Dane for about 40 years. When him and my brother started together over at the Freeman Group in Irving, they started selling over there. And Dane is what a great guy. And he does not mind talking about his spirituality and his walk. And his walk and talk go hand in hand, and it transcends through his leadership. With BJ Stankovic as GSM, Jerry Patterson as new car director, my buddy Brandon, finance director back there, and then all the salespeople. I get to walk in and shake their hand, give them a man hug, and say hello and visit with them. You want a Toyota, you want it done right, and you want more and pay nothing. No games or gimmicks. Dane Miner is adding a 7-year, 100,000-mile service contract to your new Toyota. And after the 2 years of Toyota Care are over, he's doing another oil change and tire rotation, no charge. Now, that is customer loyalty there. He wants you back in that service department because there'll be a point where you go to trade and then Dane types it up. You've done all your maintenance and everything there. That's a lot of value in a car because they know the car. Let's talk about some of the special. $397 a month on a 2026 Toyota Tundra Crew Max 4x4. $397 a month. Get this. 0 cash, 0 trade, 0 security deposit. You walk in, you sign the paperwork, $397 a month for a full-size Crew Max SR 4x4. We haven't seen deals like this. 72 months financing at 2.9 if you don't want to lease. Let's talk about the Tacoma. This is the deal here. No security deposit required on a Toyota Tacoma 2-wheel drive, $239 a month.
What?
$239 a month. $199 a month. No security deposit required for a 2025 Toyota Corolla. $199 a month. Jeez. Let's talk about Camry, one of my favorite vehicles. $499 a month, $499 APR for 72 months if you want to extend it out, or $279 a month on a lease, no security deposit, $299 for a RAV4, and it just keeps going on and on and on. The deal, Freeman Toyota, don't wait till the last day, the last minute, because then you get leftovers, and I don't do leftovers. After one day, if I don't need it, I throw it out.
Sometimes it's better the next day.
I agree.
When you have those
I
flavors,
have that one day in the fridge,
right.
And then I'm done.
I got that.
Yeah, I won't eat after that. But my wife, she eats science projects. She will not waste food.
Well, I don't blame her to that regard too. But
and she's never had bad breath after she eats a 4-day-old whatever. I won't do it. I won't do it.
4-day-old.
Yeah, but don't worry about the leftovers and what's going to be there on the lot. Head now to Freeman Toyota, 183 and 820, just south of the Northeast Mall. Take the Highway 10 exit, loop back around, or exit Highway 10 coming up 820, and visit the great folks at Freeman Toyota. From hello to congratulations, it does not get any better. No need to drive around when you have Freeman Toyota. You get more, pay nothing, with a 7-year, 100,000-mile service contract with your new Toyota. That's freemantoyota.com. All right.
Can I say to everybody, thanks for tuning in this morning on Talk Radio 1190. And don't forget, we do live streaming every Saturday morning while we're on the radio too for the full 4 hours. And you can find us on the Facebook at the Automotive Edge Facebook page, the Automotive Edge Facebook page. Then on Shifting Gears, which is our sister Facebook page, on LinkedIn under Kurt Chase, and then YouTube. YouTube has got a lot of action going on, a lot of other than our live stream, which we're doing right now. And you can find us on YouTube. That's youtube.com/the Automotive Edge. And we're on live right now. There's live streaming along with the other two that I mentioned. But we have a lot of special videos there other than our live streams, and they're very cool. So if you wouldn't mind going there and subscribing to that channel and watch some of the things and share it, just trying to get more people to know about what we do and to help them with all their needs. So if you wouldn't mind doing that and let us know what you think about that.
Here we go. It's theautomotiveedge.com. That's theautomotiveedge.com. Leave me your name and number. I'll call you right after I get off air. We'll help you with your automotive needs, regardless of what you're doing. But I would just tell you right now, stay away from the box stores. And I call the box stores non-dealerships, unless you know somebody there or you know how to get that car checked out. There's a lot of people that have gotten burned these last few weeks that are calling me up and what do I do now? And sad but true, I don't have an answer for you. I don't. You chose to go out and wing it. You thought you were getting the deal of the year. You were buying a car cheaper than anybody else could sell it. And it's not because they want to liquidate their inventory. I promise you. And you're stuck like Chuck. And now, well, I'm going to get an attorney. So now you got all these attorney fees and a bad bucket of bolts. And what do you think the end result's going to be because you signed that form? We're going to talk about that form and a whole lot more here on the Automotive Edge Radio Show on 1190 KFXR, part of the iHeartMedia Network. Don't go away, because guess what? The big wheels isn't going anywhere. He'll be back. Good morning, my sweet cousin Dorothy. Love you, love you, love you.
Don Carlnea says, love, peace, and soul.
Have you ever been in New York when the ball drops?
No.
I have.
I don't know what people do when they get so crowded in there and they got to go to the bathroom. I mean, you're like, speaking stuck like Chuck, like you mentioned a while ago.
I did it once that way. I've been there twice.
And did you have to go to the restroom?
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. It's cold out there. Heck yeah, I had to go.
You take a bucket with you? Or
no, you fought back through the crowd and
find a place to do it.
They had, the porta potties out
all
there.
All over the place?
No, not all over the place. And then you had to fight your way back up and try to find whoever. And people didn't want to let you up either. They didn't want to.
Once you're out, you got to really try to get back in closer.
Yeah, it was a booger. Beating. And then the last time I went, my cousin knew some of the cops down there. And so I was off to the side where all the, like a police area.
Right.
A stage where they could do, it was perfect. There was a place to go to the restroom right behind me.
Cool.
And, I got a hotel downtown, which was a total disaster. I mean, and it was a nice hotel, and they cut me a smoking deal, and I got the room, but the party never stopped. Up and down the hallway.
Yes, New Year's Eve. What do you expect?
Man, those yahoos up in New York, they do not slow down.
Were you expecting to go to bed at 11 o'clock at night?
Well, no. I mean, we were there when the ball dropped at midnight.
But they were going all night, right?
Oh, man.
Up and down the hallway shouting.
Yeah, actually, I got up in the morning to go have breakfast. There were people asleep in the hallway. They never made it to their room.
Probably didn't have a room. They just stayed up to
there was this one lady in this beautiful dress, and she still, how they carry their shoes.
Sure.
Her shoes were still in her hand, and she was laid out on the floor. And I went, well, that's a Happy New Year.
Happy New Year, baby.
Yeah, it was. And then you go down, and there was a line for coffee, and nobody had their head up. And I went, boy, oh boy. I was just the happiest guy there.
Yeah.
By far the healthiest guy in that
room.
Yeah,
the rest of them were all
had
a lot of haze
around, and I said, hey, do me a favor. I'm just put all this together and send it up to my room, because when I was looking around seeing, I was afraid what was going to happen after they started eating. I went, no, I can't be part of this whole deal. But yeah, New York, I'll never do it again. I can tell you that. I will not go back and watch the ball drop ever.
See, I don't have
any. I did get to see Dick Clark.
That's kind of cool. I just don't have any passion to do that kind of stuff when there's just too many people.
And now
that's one of the reasons why
the ball. They used to have that big crystal ball.
Right.
I forgot how many crystals were on it.
And drop it.
And now they've got this futuristic
imitation
thing. I don't get it. Leave some of that stuff alone.
Sort of what they have on Back to the Future when they have that.
And I think Ryan Seacrest, out of all the shows, by far does the best.
Yeah, he's good.
Yeah.
Well, he's on everything.
And then these people in Dallas, they need to. Who is the idiot that decided to call NYE Dallas?
NYE, what does that mean? Oh,
I don't know.
Oh, New Year's Eve.
Why do they do that? We're not in New York. Why don't you just call it
New Year's Eve in Dallas?
New Year's Eve celebration in Dallas.
Right. Got to keep up with the Joneses.
I don't get it. Stop that.
We are back live.
Thank you. Well, everybody, wants to keep up with whatever they think is hot.
I can't cool
Creativity is at an all-time low, I think. Except Sheridan.
It goes where it stops. Nobody knows. 214-787-1190 is the number. That's 214-787-1190 is the number. It's a great time to get your car looked at. Can you believe it's yesterday? I was in shorts and a polo shirt everywhere I went for the last 3 days. I
was in shorts and a t-shirt.
Two record setting temperatures.
And I'm loving it.
Well, I tell you what, get a peace of mind getting your car serviced at Driver's Edge Auto Repair. Go to mydriversedge.com. That's mydriversedge.com. They don't winterize. They don't summarize. Only the work needed at the time. And I got 6 text messages going, thanks for everything. And we did download the coupons. So when you go to mydriversedge.com, that's mydriversedge.com, click on the coupons. Click on the coupons. And they're going to save you a bunch of money. And right now they have all the oil change specials and tire rotation. But here's the cool thing. Their tire prices are as good as anybody in town. So you don't have to drive all around trying to figure out where the tires are. And here's the thing. We found a couple of tire places that they had the best tire prices with the purchase of the warranty. So you jack up these warranties per tire, and then you're out. At Driver's Edge, you can get the warranty or not get the warranty, and the tire price is still the same. So from oil changes to tire rotations to total engine rebuilds, transmission rebuilds, to just good, solid, basic maintenance, make it Driver's Edge Auto Repair. Go online, over 20 locations here in the DFW area. That's mydriversedge.com, mydriversedge.com. So here's 2 words that I want you to remember while you're out shopping for a used car. Before you call me and get upset and you want an attorney and you're hating life and you wish you'd have talked to me in the first place, you know what those 2 words are, Bo? It's a form they're going to sign at the dealership.
It's the, what's it called? I forgot.
As is.
Oh, as is, yes.
As is form.
Right.
And in big red letters, it says
no
as is.
Warranty.
The next form is going to be, there's going to be 2 boxes, warranty, no warranty, and then checking says no extended warranty implied. And you're going to sign it as well. And then you get home and you walk out the next day and there's oil all over your driveway, or the car wouldn't start, or it starts making noise. It's as is. And the fact that you didn't take it and get your car looked at, it's still as is. The fact that the transmission was rigged, guess what? It's still as is.
It reminds me of an episode on when Barney Fife bought his first car from an old woman that said she went to church in it and all this kind of stuff, and got in it, and the steering column started coming up. So yeah, don't be Barney Fife. Go have it looked at before you do anything. And if they won't let you, that'd be one reason to take off running.
Well, here's the problem. And ladies, I will just tell you that I get it. I'm here to help you. I had more women contact me in the last 3 weeks going, hey, my husband dumped this in my lap. I'm doing the legwork. He's going to be actually seeing the cars and negotiating. Or I'm a single mom with 2 kids. For whatever reason, I had 9 single moms call me over the last couple of weeks with a couple of young kiddos. and looking for automobiles. Then I had a couple that went out and bought something and said, it's bad. Can I just trade it in? And it was even worse when we went to trade it in. We had one that was they paid cash and it was worth about $6,000 less what they paid cash for it. And it's tough out there. If you don't know this, you're going to know now. There's over 250,000 flood cars all over the state of Texas being sold. And there's millions of cars that if you were watching the news early last year, and actually starting in 2024, all the bogus state inspections. They had that one that was doing 300 a month, and there was nobody at the building.
Well, there's a lot of places now in Texas that they don't even have to get inspection.
Yep.
They just go and get the tags at their county. Now, some counties in Texas still require emissions testing, but they don't even do safety check on that anymore.
Yeah.
So
you got to be careful. I got a call the other day, and they said, "Hey, I was referred to you from a buddy of yours." And oh yeah, how's he doing? Great. What's going on? Well, hey, I found this RX 350. Great. They're giving me all the information. This is what they're asking for it. And immediately when he hit me with that price, I went,
"Ruh-roh, something's
so
up."
what's wrong with the vehicle? Nothing. Oh, okay. So I'm looking online and I plug in the information, and it's $6,000 less than anything I can find.
Wow.
I'm going, do you know this person? No. Did you get the vehicle checked out? Well, no. Why? And he goes, here's the deal. He's got a bunch of them.
Uh-oh.
Well, okay, hang on a second. He's overstocked on our X350s. So let me just help you here. I know 3 Lexus owners that would love to have a bunch of pre-owned nice RX 350s on their lot. Believe me, that would love to have them either to sell or to certify. I would just tell you, don't buy that vehicle. Don't. Now, I know there's some people that need cash. I know some people are in trouble and they need the money. I know some people that I've had, believe it or not, a lot of people that are in the service that are going overseas on deployment and want to get rid of their vehicle. And some of them will take whatever just to get out from underneath that note and move on. That's not the case here. So I said, okay, tell me the lot. And I pull up the lot and I'm looking at these vehicles. All you had to do is read the fine print on why those cars were being sold for that. And here again, it became no longer a discussion, but almost to, so you just want.
Was it having down there like a salvage buyer or something like that?
We're going to cover what the deal was
right
here on the Automotive Edge Radio Show on 1190 KFXR, part of the iHeartMedia Network. Don't go away. It's top of the hour. We'll be right back. 10 inches of snow.
I know.
Dig it.
Wow.
Yeah, I heard.
No, thank you.
Yeah,
sorry,
this morning at 7 o'clock, New York City had 4.5 inches of snow.
Wow.
But they said it's going to come in 2 days. It's gone because of the temperature. So it's blowing through, dumping a bunch of snow, and then here in a few days it'll be gone. But I dig it. A couple of days of good snow, I'm in.
You're like Purple Haze. She's like that too.
I don't care about all the Ice Mageddon and all the rest of that stuff.
But that's what we get here.
Yeah.
Though.
Just a good snow for a few days and then it dries up. I'd be happy. That'd be great.
Just the fact during the time that nobody works, like the holiday time, right?
Yeah.
Break.
Yeah, I remember years and years ago when we first moved to Keller and we had a couple of Dobermans and it snowed. They went out in the backyard and they had a field.
Yeah, they love it.
What is this?
The dogs love it. They love getting out there for some reason. They love that energy that it brings. I'm just the opposite.
You don't like snow?
No, I don't.
You ever been in Colorado?
Yeah, I have. And I couldn't wait to get back. They say that well, the cold is different out there. Oh, that's garbage.
It's
man. No, I froze my hiney off out there. Out there, I had layers and layers and tried to ski, and I was out there with the 6-year-olds going down those puppy slopes.
Buddy,
my
first time down.
Get me out of this snow and get me in a warm spot. I don't like it.
I had to take my jacket off and put it in the locker. I got so hot.
That wasn't me.
I was all bundled up. My buddy looked at me and he goes, "Kurt, you're going to be," because I had on a bib, the thermals, my ski jacket. He goes, "You're going to be shucking that first time down the hill." I'm like, whatever. I'm telling you, I got down that hill and I was like, wow.
I guess I didn't go down a big enough hill to take my jacket off because I could never.
It's a dry cold. It's completely different than this humid cold that we have here. Completely different.
Well, I'm not going to say that it's not different. I just know that it's still cold.
Well, yeah, it's cold.
And I got
as long as my hands don't get cold, I'm okay.
I got to ride and meet for a pretty good ways from the airport to where we were staying. Jim Sundberg's parents.
Huh.
Very cool. Remember him?
Well, sure.
In case y'all don't know who that was, he was a catcher for the Texas Rangers for several years.
In the old ballpark.
And
the old ballpark.
And he was excellent too. Excellent player.
It's when you had Jim Sundberg,
Ferguson Jenkins,
and you had Buddy Bell.
Mm-hmm.
I guess Michael, what's his name? The shortstop wasn't there yet.
I don't think so. Well, he was.
Do you know
Michael Young? You're talking about
Michael Young. You know, I got to see David Klein pitch. The first 18-year-old pitcher in baseball.
Yeah, pretty crazy. Huh?
At the Ranger. And that's when Ferguson Jenkins was there.
Yep. Did you see that Nolan's coming back with the Rangers?
No, he's not.
Yes, he is.
Really?
Mm-hmm. Becoming part owner and an administrative duties.
Oh, what's his name? Didn't like him.
Yeah, but that was terrible because he ended up screwing the team.
Yeah.
I'm going like, why did y'all make that move like that? And all Nolan did is go down and let the Astros win about 3 or 4 World Series while we're begging to get one.
Yeah.
So hopefully it'll work out. I love Nolan Ryan. I mean, who doesn't if you're a Rangers fan? And the fact if you live in Texas, he's from Alvin, Texas. So he's a goat roper from way back.
And he sells Nolan Ryan beef.
Yes, sir. 100% pure Nolan Ryan.
See, Bo would like that. A good snow in New York is 24 inches.
Yeah, Dorothy, I lived up in the Northeast for about 5 years, Bergen County, New Jersey, and I couldn't wait to get back to Texas. It was horrible there. The weather was terrible. And it gets hot in the summer.
Well, I tell you what, I was at Eddie's house, my cousin Eddie, and it snowed.
From vacation?
And where he lives up there in Jersey, it was amazing that the asphalt roads were clear the next morning. So you get up and you saw all this snow, and Melinda and I walked around. There was deer in everybody's yard, but the roads were perfectly cleaned. I'm like, man, that is darn impressive. Well, how the roads were made ready for travelers.
I'll tell you the big mistake I made for the first snow when I was there is like it snowed really hard, and I'm going to look outside. Yeah, I know I need to shovel this, but I'll wait till tomorrow.
I never shoveled snow.
Never.
I broke up a bunch of ice, but I never shoveled snow.
Well, you better shovel it while you can because once it hardens up, you're screwed. And it took forever. I mean, once it gets cold like that, a lot of times it doesn't ever get above freezing, and it just hardens and hardens and hardens, and you're kind of screwed.
Well, I remember as a little boy, the last memory I have of Brooklyn was my dad dug a tunnel from the front door out to the street.
That's crazy, man.
And I made it through, and my siblings did not. It collapsed. My mom went into panic. You could hear my siblings crying. I didn't.
Right.
And they had to start digging very quickly and got them out of the snow.
Wow.
Yeah, that's how much snow back in the 60s they got.
We're about to go back live.
Ready for the show. I said, are you ready?
Are y'all ready for the show?
Sometimes you bend, sometimes you stand, sometimes you turn your back to the wind. There's a world outside every darkened door. The blues won't haunt you anymore. Where the brave are free and lovers soar. Come ride with me to the distant shore. We won't hesitate to break down the garden gate. There's not much time left today. Life is a
214-787-1190 is the number. That's 214-787-1190. I got to tell you, I spent the afternoon with Justin Crane out of Burleson Nissan, 35 in Renfro Road. You need to go see the new Sentra. I posted pictures on my Facebook page. It is amazing what Nissan did. You know, so many people thought Nissan was done and staying away from Nissan. I still tell people, why not a Nissan? Well, you heard wrong. Nissan is strong, it's viable. They're going to show a profit this year. They did not merge with Honda, and they have a new CEO, and what he's coming down the pipeline with, unbelievable. And let me just tell you something. I call it like I see it. There's plenty of cars out there that I don't like, that don't work for me, but it doesn't make them a bad car. I got in that Nissan Sentra with Justin, and I went, and I'm looking at it. The base model is the pictures that I have on my Facebook page. Kurt Chase was absolutely incredible. Then I looked at the price at $26,000. I went, you've got to be kidding. Then I took it on the highway and I opened, well, I don't know if he's listening, but I really drove that car. I did. That new Nissan Sentra, phenomenal. If you take a look, the new Nissan Kicks, did you see that yellow one that I posted?
Yes.
Boy, you talk about an eye-opener.
Yeah, that's beautiful.
So they got the new Nissan Rogue, the Pathfinder's out, the new Murano. Every time you turn around, there's something brand new. The new Kicks, the new Sentra, new Altima coming. Unbelievable. What they did to the Armada. Now they have an off-road Armada. I'm telling you, take the time to explore Nissan. Head to 35 in Renfro Road in Burleson. Ask for Justin Crane and say, hey, I want to check out this and this. You know, I heard Justin on the showroom floor with a guy that he's known. He told me 35 years. And the guy's driving a Pathfinder, and he goes, have you seen the new Murano? He goes, well, we need this and this. He goes, you might want to take a look at the new Murano. And these have been Pathfinder people for a long time. So people ask me, what about resale? What about quality? What about reliability? And it's never been questioned before. We started hearing that Nissan was trying to merge with Honda. There was a problem with Nissan. It was all leadership. Their electric car is gone. The SUV, the only thing they're going to keep is the Nissan Leaf, which has been a bread and butter electric car for many, many, many years. It was the first true electric vehicle that was placed in the market that is not left. And so the Leaf isn't going anywhere. All the other stuff is gone. Incoming is their hybrid technology, but for the money and what you get with that new Nissan Sentra, unbelievable. Check it out on my website and then go test drive for yourself. So you got cars, you've got trucks, and you've got SUVs to take care of you and your family need. But I'm telling you, go meet Justin Crane at Burleson Nissan, 35 in Renfro Road. Start online right now at burlesonnissan.com. And when you take a look, right now you can get, let me back this back up here, a new Nissan Versa, $19,433. A new Nissan Altima. And then you got to realize these are 2025s that you can get an Altima for $23,999. $23,999. And then you look at the Sentra, $19,721 for a brand new Nissan Sentra. So supply is good. I would head there now, and that way you get to choose the color and the interior and everything you want while the supply is good. But I'm telling you, these 2025s, they will be gone quick, because when you go through the lot, now the 2026 Sentras are there, 2026 Nissan Rogues are there. So the 26s are really the majority of the inventory, but you still got a good selection. I would say this week and next week, everybody's going to be going out looking for the steal of the deal. I wouldn't wait. burlesonnissan.com. So I got a text while we're on break, says, Is there legal recourse against as is? Yes. If the car was misrepresented. What does that mean? That means if you bought the car and something was wrong, and let's say the mechanic goes, hey, you might want to come out and take a look at this. Thing's got major frame damage. Let me just show you this and this. This car has been wrecked. And none of that was disclosed. None of it. That car has been misrepresented. But to avoid all that, get the car checked out. Because you know what? You would believe how many people said, you know what? I'm just going to buy from an individual so I don't have to deal with it. I went, really? Really?
That's a really smart move there, buddy.
I got to tell you, there's plenty of individuals out there that are not going to make your money go very far.
Well, a lot of people may think that, well, I don't really know where to take it and probably going to cost me a lot to take somebody to look at it. But you have an answer for that, don't you?
Yeah. Go to Driver's Edge Auto, mydriversedge.com, make the appointment, $35, check it before you buy it. Best $35 you'll ever spend, headlight, taillight. You need to make an appointment.
Right. Call them up.
You know, right now you pull up the Driver's Edge, there's a lot of people, you know, where you got another freeze alert coming tomorrow. And so a lot of people are doing several things. They're getting the oil changed, their antifreeze taken care of, and their tires. Make sure your tires are aired up properly, because when the cold temperatures hit, first thing that comes on is your tire pressure monitor on your car, and you're trying to figure out if you got a flat tire or not. And the temperature regulates the air in the tires. I put nitrogen in my car. I mean, right when I get a car, I want nitrogen in there.
I put helium in mine.
About it. Yeah,
just float around.
Just float around.
Flubber.
Yeah.
I want the flubber tires.
So,
but no, don't do that and make the mistake. I'm going to trust this. For $35, it's a whole lot safer to be trustworthy in that category than just guessing.
Well, I just got to tell you, it's
and I'm gonna tell you, Purple Haze was looking at a car a few years ago for her daughter, and they did take it to Driver's Edge.
Yep.
And they said, it's a bad bucket of bolts.
Yeah.
And they didn't buy it. They took it back. And it saved our family a lot of money for $35.
Yeah. I'm telling you, I met a real nice guy the other day, and I was looking at the car, and something changed. While we were talking.
And the fact that you felt something not right about the car?
No, he did.
Oh, okay.
I handed him my business card. Things went south.
Yeah. So they don't like that business card, do they?
He goes, what do you do for a living? And I'm looking at the car. I got my flashlight. I'm going through everything. And all of a sudden I started finding a couple of things. And he goes, what do you do for a living? I said, I'm just a car enthusiast. And, I'm trying to kind of BS my way through the whole thing.
Right.
But he's looking at me, and he knows. All of a sudden a bell goes off going, this guy knows what to look at.
Right.
And so I'm looking through the car. I said, car ever been in a wreck? No, sir. Car ever had a lot of water come through it? No, sir. And I'm asking all the regular may you betcha. And none of it was true. I get to the back of the car, and I'm looking, pull the cover out, and then I undo the spare, and I look down, and I'm like,
little watery looking stuff, or
well, the
rust.
whole jack was rusted.
Yeah.
How does a jack get rusted? Well, it's not due to exposure of the elements. It does mean that it was exposed to something. So anyway, I go through it, and the guy goes, I'm really kind of having second thoughts on selling it. This has been such a great car. And I'm like,
oh, here we go.
And I took pictures of the car, and I went to some of the different groups that I'm with, and I posted going, do not buy this car even for $1, and posted it. And so I tell people, you got to be careful out there if you don't know what to look for.
Yep.
And stop with, the only reason Kurt Chase is saying this is a bad car is because I'm not buying from his sponsors. It's got nothing to do with it.
No.
I'm going to find you the best car. In fact, 7 of the cars that I found this last week had nothing to do with sponsors. people were on special budgets. They only had so much money, and the cars that we found were not on their lots. I go to them first. 100% I do.
A lot of times they do have good stuff. So, but that doesn't mean that's the answer always either.
Yeah. And so I go through these cars, and I told the lady, and she said, I don't want to drive all the way to Rockwall.
Okay.
I'm like, well, I'm telling you that's going to be the best 45-minute drive you can make. And so then I got a phone call from her son going, buddy, is there anything closer than Rockwall? I'm like, drive your mother. I'm telling you, I know this car. I know the dealer. I know everything about it. Now, let me ask you a question. Is 45-minute drive each way worth all the aggravation that you're fixing to go through? All the negotiation, all the back and forth, and then still concerned that you're buying a good quality car. Is it worth it? That's what gets me about people is, wow, that's really far away. I went, it's 45 minutes away. So it's the best price car. It fits your budget, and this car is jammed up jelly tight. It went through reconditioning, and they didn't find anything wrong with this car. They did rotate the tires. They did drop all the fluids, which is standard on reconditioning. And he goes, we'll need to think about it. And I just hang up the phone, scratching my head, going, you have got to be kidding me. And he goes, is there a way they'll bring me the car? I'm like, yeah, they'll bring it to you. Are you interested in buying it? Well, if the car checks out, I'm telling you, this car checks out. This is a car I'd put my mother in. He goes, really? And it's not even a sponsor, but I knew the owner. I talked to him. The service guy called me, and he goes, Kurt, this thing it's a nice car. It's a real nice car. And so finally, after 2 days, they took delivery of the car. And he goes, wow, we showed up. They had the car ready. And we wrote a check and left. I went, man, ain't that unbelievable?
45 minutes, dear Lord.
I know I'm going.
Have we sunk to that level to where we have gotten so used to things being brought to our front door that we can't drive 45 minutes for a deal?
Well, think about when you say the deal, all that encompasses.
Yeah, that's what I mean. That's
going,
exactly what I'm talking about.
Let me just tell you, if Bo was in my shoes and he goes, hey, Kurt, I'm telling you, after 38 years, drive to Oklahoma City. You're going to save yourself this much money. It's the best deal in town, and I know this automobile. Guess what? I'm going to Oklahoma City.
Yeah, exactly.
Because long term, so you take
But you've had that scenario where people have, and they've been happy they've done it.
Yeah.
If they've driven way more than 45 minutes, I mean, maybe 4, 5, 6 hours to get to a place that you say they've got this vehicle you want.
Yep.
And then for the deal that you're going to not regret, that you'll regret not buying, and they go, I'm on my way.
Well, look at Charlie Davis's buddy, drove in from Lubbock.
There you go.
You know how many Chevy stores between here and Lubbock?
I don't even know, but probably more than I could even guess.
And he went to El Dorado and got the deal on his 3/4 ton Z71 pickup truck. Then we had the gentleman that brought us all the military coins, drove from San Antonio and picked up his new truck.
Greg.
Yep.
There you go.
Picked up his new truck at El Dorado Chevrolet in McKinney, and we saved him so much money.
And he was so happy he brought us military corns and a hat and everything else because they realize, hey, this is it, and it's worth the trip. That's the only trip you need to make.
Well, just think long term.
Yeah.
So you buy a car, the second largest purchase of your life, and you start having problems down the road. Now that 45-minute drive looked pretty good. That hour drive was okay. I mean, you think, Judge Gregory, he went all the way from where he lives to South Arlington.
Right.
But they had the vehicle. And I told the guys, let me tell you something. Judge Gregory doesn't play.
I know.
He does not play. I'm forewarning you. But you know what? It really doesn't have to be that way. And they're not a sponsor of the radio show. No. And he got a smoking deal and drove home. So that's what we do here. If I'm telling you the fly will pull the train on any kind of vehicle, saddle the fly. Mm-hmm. I'm telling you, because I'll stand behind that automobile. Now, when it gets down to these cash cars under $10,000, it's a crapshoot. I don't care what anybody says. Even if that car checked out good and passed state inspection, it's still a crapshoot because we don't know how much more term that vehicle has on it. But we'll check it out. We'll get it looked at. We did help somebody. They bought a 2012 vehicle, 155,000 miles on it last year. They put 30,000 miles on it, no problems. So there are those cars. But the best thing is get that second set of eyes on it, because recourse, I couldn't imagine going into Judge Gregory's courtroom and going, hey, Judge, I bought this car. I drove it. I liked it. I looked it over. I looked at the Carfax on it. I gave them the money. And then 2 weeks later, I had an engine leak and they won't do anything. I want to sue them and I want my money back. So you sign the forms, you sign the as is, you looked over the car, you looked at the Carfax, you gave them the money, and now you want to go to court and say, hey, Your Honor, I want all my money back.
And if you
you hire an attorney that sits in front of Judge Gregory and goes, hey, even though they signed everything and it was all legit, give them their money back.
The only person that's happy is your attorney.
Yeah.
Because you ain't going to get it and he's going to make the money.
And the chances are you're going to drive off in that bucket of bolts.
Yep.
Chances are. 214-787-1190. That's when did he say break?
Yeah.
Oh, we're past break.
Yes, I did.
Quick break. Don't go away. We'll be right back. You know, what we need to do is look at Judge Gregory's docket and go sit there and listen to some of them cases. That has to be interesting. Can you go sit in a courtroom and listen to cases? Huh? That's what we need to do. Find out when he's got a big docket and go over there and sit there and listen. And then we can hold up signs 1 through 10 on his judgment. Bailiff, remove the 2 guys in the back. Too good. All right, everybody, coming up here at the top of the hour, New Year's resolution. What are you going to do for the New Year's? And we got the top ones. Yes, we are. Sorry, here I have to make my notes as we're going along here. Come on. Absolutely. I think that'd be great. Sit there and listen. I mean, you know, we watch all the court shows. You know, I remember the first court show I was sitting, everybody said it was Judge Judy, and it wasn't. It wasn't Judge Judy. It was Judge Wapner. And I can't remember what his courtroom show was called. But there was Judge Wapner long before Judge Judy. Yes. And it was the People's Court. Was it called the People's Court, right? Yeah. With Judge Wapner. And then Judge Judy, tagged after that and did her deal.
Well, Judge Wapner was he was on for a long time before Judge Judy came into play. I used to come home.
I'm saying he kind of set the precedent to.
That was a great.
You can't pull up because you keep hitting that carpet. Golly, do you want me to help you there?
I got it that time.
Here, just scoot it in. I'll pick you up and then sit you in the chair.
I need the rollers or something. You know what we need to do is when we go to Judge Gregory's court, we'll have a sign that says guilty or not guilty. We'll hold it up. They can't see it, but he'll see it. See if he can laugh or not.
When you were gone, I said, yeah, and all of a sudden we're gonna bailiff, could you remove the 2 guys in the back?
He says, come on. Absolutely. That'd be a great time.
That would be.
You'd hear some good stuff, I'll tell you that.
You know what? Some
of those cases I used to get for Judge Judy's hysterical. And he used to call me and say, Bo, you need to come get this case. He would call me and say, man, I got one you need to come get.
I saw this deal where they said cases that are on the rise is people where their yards are wrongfully marked. Somebody has their fence over on their property or whatever, and family suing family.
Yeah. Well,
you know, if it came down to it, you know what? I told my family, even if there was a bunch of money and they said, well, you can't say that. I do. My mom and dad did not bring us to this earth to inherit their money. They didn't.
Correct.
That wasn't their goal. It was to inherit values, whatever that may be.
Right.
And apparently the people that are fighting family, it's not values.
I guess you just, I still think it's based on what the situation is. I mean.
Yeah, but if you and I were brothers and your fence is a foot into my yard.
Oh, no.
We're going to tear down the fence?
I'm going to take 2 more feet.
He said, oh, yeah, it's bad.
Yeah.
I mean, I just see that they say it's this one lady, she had her yard marked. She had another company come out and she had it marked. And she was putting this fence up. And, man, they showed this family in the middle of the night ripping that thing down.
Oh, yeah. That's sad.
And they had the surveys. They brought the law out there, and they wound up arresting these people for destruction of personal property, whatever it was.
Right.
I'm going, golly. They said, we were here before you moved in. That's our property. Well, just because they moved in doesn't mean, you know, you get to take more of their property.
Correct.
Well, Larry got some music playing today.
Got it rolling.
I wonder if he knows who this band is. I know who that. You know who this is?
I used to know, but I forgot.
Bon Jovi.
Oh, okay.
214. Living. What is it?
Something.
Living on a dream. Living on a prayer.
Living on a prayer.
Yeah. 214-787-1190 is the number. That's 214-787-1190. It's the Automotive Ed Radio Show, helping you with all your automotive needs. And we have another place that's going to help you with that. And that's my buddy Jermaine Pearson at Classic Arlington Buick GMC, right there at Collins and 20. And I got to tell you what, that 2025 Envision for the money, that's the honey hole right there. $9,000 in closeout savings on the 2025 Envision. Look at this thing. That's a good looking rig.
No, that's fabulous.
It's purple.
Looking. Yeah, look at that.
It's really purple.
It sure is.
My car was not purple.
They told you it was.
They told me it was, but it wasn't. $14,250.
Nobody else
the
did.
GMC. Yeah, they all told me it was blue. $14,250 in savings on a 2025 Sierra. We've never, on average, GMC is somewhere between $2,500 to $5,000 on the GMC pickups, which is one of the best looking trucks out there. $14,250 in savings. You've got $9,000 in vision savings. That's the deal, Mom and Dad. That's the deal. $7,500 in one of my all-time favorite SUVs, the Buick Enclave. $4,250 off the Invista. And I mean, you got to realize these vehicles don't have that kind of markup. So between incentives and discounts and what the dealers are willing to do to clean inventory, goodness gracious, this is the place to go here. 0.9% financing on select models with approved credit. The place, classicarlington.com. That's classicarlington.com. Jermaine Pearson is the man. You'll love this guy. There's some car dealers, you walk in, you got your guard up, you're all tense, you're all nervous, you're sweating. I'm telling you, go to Classic Arlington, ask for Jermaine Pearson, and he will diffuse all of that. That's the man. Jermaine Pearson, classicarlington.com. That's classicarlington.com.
Well, I'll tell you one thing. When we were out there doing a live broadcast there, some of those trucks were absolutely stunning to the max. Man, when
you were not a lot of fun that day.
We had a lot of fun, and you had a couple.
But no, Bo says, you ought to buy it. So I go out and I looked at it. I went, hey, give me the numbers on that. What happened?
As soon as you said, I think I'm going to buy that truck on air, somebody pulls up and buys it. And I think there was another same
There
way.
were three of them. Three of them.
Yeah, and
but
they were.
That blue one with that weaved leather.
Yeah, if y'all have
That
never
was-
seen gone by there before, it's worth the trip. I
Oh,
guarantee you.
there's some eye candy on that lot.
Yes, sir.
ClassicArlington.com.
Yes, sir.
So, hey, coming up in January, and we're going to send out the invitations. We're going to be at the Fort Worth Car and Toy Museum.
It's DFW Car and Toy Museum.
Yeah, we're trying to get it booked. So sign up for the newsletter at theautomotiveedge.com. That's sign up for that newsletter at theautomotiveedge.com. We're going to do a radio show there live, and then we're going to bring some food in and everybody hang out. We'll be talking about tips and benefits of the auto industry and answer all your questions. It'll be absolutely free. And then you get to go see millions of dollars worth of some of the coolest cars ever seen before.
Multi-million dollars.
Yeah, and multi-million dollars in toys at the museum. So be sure to sign up for the newsletter. We'll keep you posted on that. Quick break, 214-787-1190. We'll be right back.
Oh, that's because we went over last time. Huh?
Yep.
Breakout. Love that guitar.
And he's playing that thing with his thumb.
Well, that's how the guitar player's doing this. But the bass player's doing his thumb.
Amazing. And he's playing with his fingernail.
Like that.
Do you play your bass anymore?
I ain't played it so long. Bring it over. Go hang it up. Put it behind us. It's part of the show. We're running out of room to put things up.
No, we'll find it. That purple bass, I got a place for it.
Ron is a great guy.
Who?
Ron.
Yeah.
Hey, Larry,
Yes, sir.
did you ever know of who Don Cornelius was?
It sounds familiar, but not off the top of my head.
Listen, can you believe that?
Well, he's a pup.
I was
How
trying. You're too
old
young
are
to
you?
know about
You're too
that.
young to
Don
know.
Cornelius and Soul Train. You got to look all that up, man.
Oh yeah. The guy with the glasses. Yep.
Yeah, the big glasses and the big afro.
They said he was the meanest human being to work for.
Well, I saw the documentary on it.
He was mean.
It didn't.
There was nothing
he-
out of it.
Really?
But when he got out there,
Yeah.
man, what a cool voice. You talk
Well,
about a cool
He was
voice.
an entertainer, smooth voice, just had that real, I don't know, baritone-ish and ingratiating sound.
But it was so deep and clear.
And he made everybody feel welcome and made them stars. But behind the scenes, he was hardcore.
They said he was Ed Sullivan on steroids.
Yeah.
They said Ed Sullivan was not a nice guy.
Right, same way.
It's a documentary on it.
Yes.
Yeah, really, really.
I gotta
good.
watch it.
So it's a movie documentary. You know what I mean? Like it's
Yeah.
it's based on a lot of facts, but there's a little liberties I'm sure in there, but it's worth the watch.
Yeah.
And he created that Soul Train that was monstrous, and I watched it every time I could.
Oh.
And if you want to see some dancing, real dancing from the day,
because right before the end, they did the Soul Train.
Mhm.
And I'm going to tell you what, some of those folks could shake it up.
Oh man.
I'll never forget, I used to watch Soul Train every Saturday, and mom and dad would be gone, usually to one of the kids' sporting events. But when I wasn't playing football, I remember I turned on the Soul Train, and man, I'm trying to figure out all those moves. And I look at my dad looking at me.
Yeah.
And you know what he said? Jane, do something with him.
Do something with him.
All
Mom
right, gentlemen,
comes
we
out.
have Ralph on the line.
Okay.
Got it. She said, "What are you doing?" I said, "I'm learning how to dance." She goes, "Kurt, Kurt,
Your daddy's not happy.
your daddy's like thinks you're,
You're about to put you in a straight
Remember when
jacket.
Elaine danced on Seinfeld?
Oh, yeah.
I'm sure I kind of look like that.
Oh, I don't know about that. I don't know if anybody looked that bad.
I saw it where the day after the Christmas party, and the little guy that does all the yelling,
Oh yeah, George.
George tells
Costanza.
her, he says, "She did the dance," and he goes, and you go, "Yeah."
Yeah. See, They did a couple of episodes of her being dancing.
Yes, well, she did one on the street.
Right.
With the Raja band that was playing that guy. He just quit playing. He just looking at her.
It's funny stuff out there.
The fact that she pulled that off so natural was hilarious.
You probably would really dance that way.
I saw a lot of people do that at the disco. There's a lot of lanes out there.
I was probably one of them.
Can't you hear the beat? Can't you hear the beat?
Well, if you can't dance, just move your body top wise. Don't move your whole body. Feet.
214-787-1190. If you got a question about where to go, who to see, what to do, give us a call. 214-787-1190. Joining us on the Automotive Edge hotline, our buddy Ralph Paul. Write this down. Your CBDstorekeller.com. That's your CBDstorekeller.com. Well, Merry Christmas, Happy New Year, and welcome to the show, Ralph.
Good morning, gentlemen. How you guys doing?
We're doing good. How you doing?
We're doing good, man.
I'm doing. Well, I enjoy listening to your show this morning. You know, a lot of people are talking about their New Year's resolution, and one of our most popular products is our Trim. It comes in a capsule and also a gummy. And there's no caffeine or stimulants in it, but it targets the receptors in your brain so that you're not hungry. And keep in mind, this is all USDA approved, and it's just our products are very, very clean. So, and all your listeners get 20% off. So, if that's one of your new ventures to lose weight, hopefully we can help you.
Well, here's one thing that I want to point out with that, Ralph, is that there's a lot of people going to be hitting the gym and their body is going to go, what the heck did you just do to me? And you talk about your spray and cream that they need to pick up before they start their routine and start their workouts and everything. You've got some products to help get them through that first week of pain where a lot of people are going to quit and go, I can't do this. I'm not going to do this. It hurts too much. You've got products to help them through it.
Absolutely. Absolutely. The topical cream is one of our best sellers. In fact, our staff sold 10 of them yesterday.
Wow.
And we have it in different sizes, but, it has peppermint in it and arnica and MSM so that it penetrates the skin quickly. So it usually only takes about 10 minutes to get into your system, and it lasts around 5 to 8 hours. Then we have the menthol spray. The menthol spray gets in your system very, very quick. However, it doesn't last as long. And my beautiful wife came up with the idea of putting the spray on first, and then it opens the receptors and putting the cream on after. And that seems to be the winning combination. So we had some real success with that.
Yeah, I have buddies now that have ordered online, and they put the spray on before they play golf, and they'll wait a little bit, and then they'll put cream, one of them on his knees and my other buddy on his lower back, and he said they play 18 holes and don't have a problem. But even if you're not a golfer, why not do, we do our pre-workout or our pre-stretches is put the spray on, put some cream on, and then go to the gym. And then when you're done, later that day, put a little bit more cream on where you don't get deterred from aches and pains going back to work out. So you can take the Trim to lose weight, and then you have the spray and the cream for a lot of people that, they just go full bore. And that's not really the smart way to do it. I learned the hard way in my weight loss journey, but you have products that can get them through that. And then after a good hard workout for the wives, drop in a bath bomb and relax.
Absolutely. We've still got some stocking stuffers left from Christmas. And, again, our business has just been a journey, and it's been really rewarding just helping people. I met a gentleman at the BJ's here a while back after golf, and he came in. He had some serious issues. His dog had serious issues. And a lot of people are really skeptical. Anyways, he just sent me this nice text saying how, he's going to be a customer for life, and it helped him, it helped his dog. And he called me or texted me 3 days later. And I don't know, it's just rewarding, makes you feel good helping people.
No doubt about it. It's clean. It's the best. It's not about the high. It's about your health. My wife and I, we have 4 products that we use daily. And from the collagen creams to their lotion is as good as it gets. As I get older, I notice my skin dries a little bit quicker. And the lotion they have really rehydrates and makes my skin look good.
And he doesn't have to use filters anymore on the show.
That's right. My wife with her gummies at night, her brain boost. And talk real quick about your brain boost product, because a lot of people, life has gotten so stressful. Fast isn't fast enough. Fast food isn't fast enough. 45-minute drive to look at a car is too stressful. But talk about that brain boost and some of the benefits, Ralph.
Well, that's one of our seltzers. And, we have about 5 different types of seltzers, 0 sugar, 5 calories. And the Brain Boost has a lot of the CBG, which is probably one of the most expensive cannabinoids. It's the mature part of the plant. And it's more about energy and focus. It's not a Red Bull or a coffee. I always take it before I play golf. And I played last Tuesday, and unfortunately, it didn't last real long. I parred the first 3 holes and then went sideways. But just keep your focus, and that's probably the best description of it. A lot of people that work on computers and so forth all day, and just keeps their head in the game. And then we also have, New Year's Eve's coming up. We have the Island Time. I know, Bo, you like the Island Time.
Oh, baby,
and
do
that
I
has
ever.
25 milligrams. And it has 25 milligrams of THC. We sell a ton of it. Again, 0 sugar, 5 calories, and it's more recreational. But then we have one just chilling, which is exactly what it says. And I don't know, we just have had some real success with different products helping people. And the Brain Boost also is similar to CBG, which we have in a tincture and also a gummy. And again, it's more about focus.
The place, yourcbdstorekeller.com. That's yourcbdstorekeller.com. And when you click on it, the website, there's the QR codes. You can see everything that you're ingesting or putting on your body. It's USDA certified organic. It's the cleanest in the business. And once again, it's not about the high, it's about the health. Ralph and Carol are retired. They invested in a brick and mortar, and let them help you out. Start the phone numbers on there, and remember, they ship for free. So if you can hear our voice, no matter where you are, you can get a 20% discount, and they will ship for free. Ralph, we appreciate it. Merry Christmas, Happy New Year. We love you guys, you, the beautiful family, and the things that you're doing to change people's lives is second to none, only at yourcbdstorekeller.com.
Thank you.
All right, buddy. We'll talk to you soon.
All right. Have a good one. Merry Christmas. Happy New Year.
Merry Christmas. That's Ralph Paul, the owner of yourcbdstorekeller.com. Brick and mortars on Main Street in Keller. But just go to the website, yourcbdstorekeller.com, and we have a lot of people that are scanning the QR code. And guess what? It really tells you what you're putting in your body and on your body. Yourcbdstorekeller.com. I've been a believer for 5 years now and using the product regularly, especially with my weight loss and my workouts. It was amazing how my body was going, hey, Kurt, stop it.
And I know you've been pain relieved a lot with the products of the different things you've had along the way.
Yeah, I put the spray on my knees. I get in my 2.5 miles in the morning, and it just works. That's yourcbdstorekeller.com. Remember, coming up top of the hour, we want to hear your New Year's resolution. I just have one. Can
I take this second here and wish my wife happy anniversary? Purple Haze. If you're out there, I know you're driving to East Texas and back, but you may not hear this because you're too far out. But happy anniversary, and for putting up for me for as long as you have. And she may not be coming back. She may be driving on out. But happy anniversary. Today is our anniversary. And I don't know whose idea it was to get married 2 days after Christmas. But her birthday's
Jose Cuervo.
Mr. Cuervo.
Jose.
So her birthday's like 3 or 4 days before Christmas.
Yep.
Then there's Christmas, and then
We
there's
got to celebrate with y'all.
Yeah. It's awesome. And then anniversary, it's kind of, we get it all done at once.
Yep.
Get it out of the way. But happy anniversary. Thank
Happy
you.
anniversary, Barbara Ann. You and Melinda are both in the same boat.
Yes.
You know, you settled.
We both are over our heads.
Oh, way over our heads. 214-787-1190. If you want to know where to go, who to see, and what to do, you got questions about how to buy a car, we want to help you out. And coming up in the next segment, I'm going to give you four tools to take with you to look at a used car.
When are we going to talk about the New Year's resolutions?
Top of the hour.
Okay.
You're not paying attention, Bo.
Well, I thought you were going to say something else.
10 o'clock.
Okay.
10 o'clock.
10 o'clock. Get your New Year's resolutions ready. Call us up or comment on our live feed, and let's get what you want to do for the coming year to change what you're going to do.
A lot of you are going to be out running around. I've got 18 people out searching for cars today, and I told them no need to search. Here's where you need to go. We'll see how that plays out. I did get a call yesterday going, get this. We went to 11 dealerships in 3 days. 11.
All right.
I said, how is that working out for you? She goes, I'm hating life.
I'm
like, why? She goes, we just want to make sure. I said, but after the third, let's say the fourth one.
How about after the second one?
I said, let me ask you another question. When you got to the fifth one, was the price any better? She said, no, it was actually higher. So did you go back to the fourth one? No, we went to another one. I'm like, unbelievable. It just blows me away that there's still those diehard, let's hit every dealership in the world, and then we'll sit down and analyze it. And they said they're going to take a few days to analyze everything. I went, you're creating this habit.
Man, y'all need to get some CBD and get your life together.
And so I gave her a price, and she said, well, we have that beat by $1,500. I said, do you really? Send me the buyer's order. I said, well, look, you got a tracking device, window tint, paint, fabs, all these different things. You're actually paying $600 more. Well, I don't understand. I went, oh, well, let me just tell you here. The selling price shows better, but with all the add-ons, it's not better. Oh, well, I'll have to review that.
Got to take another 11 days for that.
Yeah. Sometimes I scratch my head and wonder why. Let's take a quick break. Don't go away. We'll be right back.
Alfred Montellano. Thank you. I couldn't figure it out. Alfred.
Alfred Montellano.
That's a good wrestling name.
Yeah. Or a Latin singer. I could introduce him really well on stage. We played golf. I think for like a year, we played almost every Sunday together.
Oh, wow.
Me and cheater Scott Simmons and Alfred. Mike Pace played with us some. We had some different people play with it, but Scott was a cheater. He'd hit one so far off the beaten path, but he always found it. He's the only guy that could find it. And when he found it, it was always, it looked like an old golf ball. So we knew it wasn't his. Yeah, it was a lot of fun. Alfred, Steady Eddie. He married one of the gems in Irving.
There you go.
Yep. Kathy, well, back then it was Kathy Toronto, and she was one of the heartthrobs of Irving, and Alfred took her off the market. Been together forever and ever.
Thank you, Dorothy. And Purple Haze said she saw it. She sent me a text and said she heard us.
Do you ever call her Barbara Ann?
Sometimes. No, I call her Barbara Ann a lot. Or Purple Haze, depends. I don't know. Depends on if we're getting along or not.
I was gonna say, yeah. Well, I wouldn't argue with Barbara Ann. I mean,
I don't
call
her anything when we're in that mode. Yeah. I call you.
I just call her for supper. Yeah. The first time I saw her straighten somebody out, I went, all right, she's my first pick.
Yeah. No. Well, she was raised with nothing but brothers, and she has about 4 of them. So, you know what that's like. Oh, yeah. She had to fight for her life. It's just in her family. So when she got outside the family, She was already ready. Like,
I remember the first time my
training.
big sister beat me up, and I went, "That's not supposed to happen." I
Yeah.
just got beat up by a girl.
Yeah, she was in training and her family, and then she hits the streets, and it's like scattered.
Yeah.
She's like that. She's like that bully on the show. Put Your Eye Out. You know, the guy had the, what do they call him? Butkus or Barkus? Farkas. On on the Christmas Story.
Oh yeah.
And his name is Farkas, and
Where they're going down the alley and they jump out.
That's Purple Haze for you right there.
Yeah.
But she wasn't mean like that. But you just didn't want to mess with her. I can tell you that. Still don't.
Yeah, Alfred is he's a lot like my brother Vinny. Just laid back,
that's
loving
good.
life. Great guy to hang out with. I'd love to play around the golf with you sometimes too, Alfred. My tree, pick the course, and let's go swing the sticks. In fact, Ricky Hinojosa is putting new shafts on my clubs. I'm bringing them over to him next week. And my back's all healed up. I haven't swung the clubs in a few years after a few hospital visits, but we're back on track. And now that I'm much lighter, I'm ready to play some golf.
There you go.
I went out there and started swinging the stick. It's got this heavy ball on the end of it, and it felt good swinging it. Yeah.
Cool.
You ask, Alfred will tell you the story. We're playing at Twin Wells, and I was on one tee box, and I couldn't hit the ball straight, and I probably put a dozen in the woods before one went straight. He was dying laughing. I went, nope, give me another ball. Give me another ball. I kept teeing up and shanking these,
Also,
and finally
when we come back, we're only gonna have about 5 minutes on this segment.
Okay.
Okay.
Alfred was crying laughing, but I finally hit the straight one. Went, okay, let's go. Yeah, so they got the new Cowboy Club totally renovated, and I've got golf passes for there. Grapevine Municipal, the Star. I think there's like 4 courses I've got golf passes for, so it'd be free. Give me a jingle. The greatest bands of all time. I can feel it.
Bye, Joyce.
214-787-1190. This segment of the show is brought to you by Classic Kia Carrollton. My buddy Jesse Hull and his beautiful wife are the managing partners there. Alan Glover, general manager. Alan, if you're listening, I'd love to see you and Jackie and the kids before they graduate high school. But in the meantime, I had a phone call and a guy goes, and I may have told this last week. He goes, you know what? I love one of the Kia products. I just can't get over the name.
The Carnival?
He goes, I just can't do it. And so he goes, can they take that off? And I said, well, I'm sure they can. He went and drove it, and he goes, I don't care what it says. And he's now the proud owner of a Carnival. My buddy that manages one of the local steakhouses, Thomas, showed up and brought home a new Carnival. But it's not just the Carnival. You got the Sportage. The Kia Soul is going away. They got some great deals on it. They got good inventory on it. It's amazing. They announced, well, the Kia Soul's going away. People start buying them. Didn't buy them before, but they're buying them now. But remember, you cannot put that in a time capsule and make money down the road. Doesn't work that way. But it's a great car. But it's the Season of New Tradition sales event all the way through the end of the month. You can lease a Telluride, one of the best-selling SUVs in the market, $379 a month. The K4 GT line, $279 a month. My son absolutely loves that car. But the other day, we were coming back. We went over to film a new dealership, and he passed me, and I was doing 70. And he did not see me and blew by me. So there's no way he's getting a GT. But right now, if you head over there, the Telluride, Sorrento, and the Sportage, 0.9% for 60 months, almost no interest on the vehicle. But it's the end of the year. Everybody's talking about clearance and getting rid of. But Classic Kia Carrollton, Jesse Hull and his team, they've got these things marked to go. The lease programs are as good as it gets. And when you start seeing the big bad boys like the Telluride and the Sportage, and even their EV6 and EV9, the discounts and the APRs are given, that will not carry through next year. It won't, because this inventory will be depleted. What's going to come out is going to be however they're incentivizing the 26 models. The place, ClassicKiaCarrollton.com. That's ClassicKiaCarrollton.com, and talk to our buddy Alan Glover and let him know you're listening to the Automotive Edge radio show, and enjoy the Season of New Tradition sales event at ClassicKiaCarrollton.com. So, good morning, Charlie Davis. Thanks for joining us. I got to tell you, I had a buddy call me the other day, and he said, I want to tell you, thank you, thank you, thank you. I said, what'd you do? And he goes, I saved myself a bunch of money. I said, how'd you do that? He said, we went out, and my vehicle needed all this stuff done. I made a list of it, mainly cosmetic. It needed a windshield, needed a good detailing. I needed 2 front tires, or rear tires were good. And so he did all the math on it. And so we booked his car out. So he looked at all the cost of what it was going to take to get that thing jammed up jelly tight, right? Ready for show. And we booked it out, and he took it to the dealer. And then actually the dealer was $600 higher than my bid without doing anything to the car. So he gave it a good bath. Like I said, he vacuumed it out. He did use a little cleaner from some food that was consumed in the car, and gave it a good wash, and brought it in and told him the car's never been wrecked. I do all the maintenance. I know I need tires on the front. Obviously, it needs a new windshield, blah, blah, blah. And he came back with a number, and he called me up and he goes, buddy, you need to sharpen your pencil. They're $600 higher than you. Deal. And he would have put several thousand into the vehicle, but he would not have got several thousand more. So get your cars ready for trade-in. Just take it to the car wash. Get a good vacuum. Get a good wash. If you have the maintenance records on it, you've been stuffing them in a glove box, just straighten them out, put a paper clip on and go, look, I do all. This is all a selling technique that you have the upper hand on when you're trading in your car for your new one. Always have the upper hand. Get the trade out of the way. That is the number one hiccup. It's not the new car. It's not the new pre-owned car. It is always your trade. 99.99% of the time, it is the trade-in value that you're not happy with. Because
and it bogs you down with the rest of the process.
Yeah, it just takes the
time for a commercial break.
The good taste out of your mouth. 214-787-1190 coming up top of the hour. Your New Year's resolution and more here on the Automotive Ed Radio Show. Happy New Year edition. We'll be right back.
All righty, everybody. Appreciate y'all being a part of our live stream broadcast today here on the Automotive Edge radio show and live stream. We're here every Saturday morning from 8 to noon. We are in studio today, and appreciate each and every one of you with your comments and questions if you have any. We are happy to be a part of this beautiful day here in North Texas. We've had some kind of either record or close to record warmth, but I love it. I hate the cold weather, especially if it gets too cold. Cool, I'm okay with, but cold, no. And this is our New Year's, I guess you'd say our New Year's Eve celebration show, because this is the last Saturday before the first. New Year's Eve is Wednesday, and we will be moving into 2026. Can y'all imagine that? 2026. How many of y'all out there remember the Y2K? Did y'all remember any of that? Where we were supposed to like go up in a puff of smoke. Everything was going to just disintegrate. Your computers were going to burn up. Your bank account would be no longer in existence. Everything was just going to be just a complete mayhem. I never really worried about it. I'm not going to say that I didn't wake up on that day and look at my bank account or see if the computer was working, but I didn't sweat it really. I was going like, I don't even know what I do anyway. What am I supposed to do? I think people were taking money out of their bank accounts and doing all kinds of crazy stuff for Y2K. And I don't know. I just don't remember having that kind of. Remember the Y2K?
Are you kidding me? There was a run on banks
Taking money out.
money out.
I know. So I was just saying, it's like, I didn't do that though. I didn't have that mentality about it. But I did wake up that morning and go look just to make sure. But hopefully we don't ever have it.
There was no way that the world was going to come to end at the end of 99.
Well, that's why
You know, they
Prince
were
was
limiting how
partying
much
like-
you could take out.
Prince was partying like it was 1999.
Yeah. You know, it's amazing how many people tried to go get all their money and they couldn't.
That's kind of scary too. Isn't it?
I still remember the guy that goes, "Hey, I went to the bank. He goes, I want $50,000 right now," and they told him it'd take a week to get it. No. You call around all these banks. I want my money. And he went through and he goes, "I'll tell you what. You better look at my balance, and I'm going to remove everything. I want my money." And they said, "Sir, we just can't help you." And sure enough, he said he shut down everything with that bank. And he said, "Well, how much can you give me?" And he had to go to like all these different just to keep the cash in his safe to have it. And I went, "Isn't that something?" Everybody panicked. I remember running to the grocery store.
Well, that panics him thinking that he wanted his money and couldn't get it.
You know what? I was talking to a teller and I said, "What is the most amount of money that somebody could come in here and get out in cash?" And she said, "It's all based on deposits and what's actually kept here." And she goes, "You'd be surprised how much money cash is not kept in a bank."
Oh, yeah.
Because so many people do everything online now.
Right, correct.
I went, "Really?" She said, "Yeah, it's not like it used to be where you walk in and go."
Isn't that kind of scary too? Because everything's fake.
Yeah.
Oh, you don't even have any money to back what you're doing.
It's like an air sandwich.
It is. That's what now you got me all shook up. What you think you have in the bank probably isn't even really real.
No, just think about it.
Wow.
We just think about this. If I'm transferring money, which I do from one bank account to the other, do you think that armored truck shows up and takes that money and carries it over to the bank?
I was hoping.
No, I mean, everything's done
air. It's
through
just
the air.
It's fictitious.
It's just a
Wow.
digital number.
It's related to what your worth is or whatever that.
Well, just think about
that
how much money Capital One spends on advertising. Millions.
way too much.
Where does that money come from?
It comes from us somehow.
Yeah. Millions invested in what's in your wallet. What a joke.
Well,
that drives me nuts. In fact,
is it in your wallet?
I used to do all my banking there, but you can't even find a location to bank. If I wanted to bank, I have to go all the way to Coppell.
Wow.
Otherwise,
for Capital One Bank?
Mm-hmm. They shut them all down out here.
Oh,
they shut down.
Do they have offices where these people answer the phones?
Yeah, but when you call, you got to always tell them, put somebody on that speaks English. They said, "What?" And I said, "Where am I calling?"
See, senor, we'll take care of that.
No, it's
Hey, we have Harmon Robinson on the line.
Yep, it's Indonesia or the Philippines. And I'm like, "No, send me back to the United States." I won't even have a conversation. But it's my other credit cards, the same thing. I'm like, "Oh, no, I'm not having this conversation. I want to speak to somebody back in the United States."
Well, they make so much money on these credit cards with their interest at 24, 25%. That's how come they are.
Yeah, but they want to go after the car industry for doing 7%, 8%.
Yeah.
Which is crazy.
Well, how about the title loans?
Oh.
That's like you want to get a kick in the groin, try one of those.
You know, in 2022, the highest yield credit card was 70%.
Wow. How can they do that?
Up in the Northeast. Just the way they beat the system.
It's a beat down.
Oh.
Wow.
Yeah, it's punish the big boys, but don't go after the ones that are really corrupt.
Yeah.
Kind of the way things work.
Rhett Davis says good morning to you, Rhett.
All right, we
Best
are about to go live. Joe.
Best to call and schedule any withdrawals larger than 10K. Well,
Hello,
there you
Red
go.
Davis. That man travels the world on a motorcycle. He's a cool dude.
That's awesome.
Him and his beautiful wife, they're always on their motorcycle.
He's got that 10K in his saddlebags.
That's right. Red's a cool dude.
The next day gone. Sometimes you bend, sometimes you stand, sometimes you turn your back to the wind. There's a world outside every darkened door where blues won't haunt you anymore. Where the brave are free and lovers soar. Come right to the distant shore. See the hesitate to break down the garden gate.
214-787-1190. Hey, life
is a highway.
214-787-1190. It's the Automotive Ed Radio Show New Year's edition, helping you with all your automotive needs, whether you're buying, selling, trading, leasing, parts, service, body shop. We got you covered. Be sure to sign up for the newsletter because we're going to be at the DFW Car and Toy Museum. Do you remember the guy's name?
Ron Surgeon.
Ron Surgeon.
And Christopher Martinez.
That's right. And we're going to be out there doing a live show. And then when we get done, we're going to have lunch, kind of do a little seminar, Q&A. Bring your family, bring the kids. You'll see it's free. Some of the coolest cars you've ever seen in your life. So sign up for the newsletter. We're going to be setting that up and getting that booked. And we would love to have you join us on that Saturday. We'll be there early, but then they'll open the doors about, I think, 10 o'clock. So you'll catch the second half of the show and be able to enjoy the museum. So
I don't think they have a car there that's not been made. I think they have almost every car imaginable there.
Not quite.
Well, it's a lot. I tell you,
they got a lot. They got a lot. Hey, joining us on the Automotive Edge Hotline, let's bring on one of my favorite people, Harmon Robinson. And while you're listening to Harmon, go to harmonrobinson.com. That's harmonrobinson.com. Good morning, Harmon. How are you, buddy?
Good morning, Kurt. Bo, how you guys doing?
We're doing good. How you doing?
Oh, I'm putting one foot in front of the other.
You're upright, and that's a good day, right?
That's right. Every day's a good day when you're upright. Exactly.
That's right. So let's talk. Harmon and I used to work together in car business. He was my used car director when I was managing Jim McNatt Toyota Dodge. I think that was the only dealership that had Dodge and Toyota in the same showroom floor. But Harmon and I became good friends. His son Tracy was the parts and service director, and now restores cars and races hot rods and do everything. Well, Harmon retired, and now he's in the real estate business. I wanted to bring Harmon on just for a few minutes to talk about, the largest purchase you're going to make in your life is your home. And then I help you with the automobile that you put in the garage at your home. And Harmon, kind of give us an oversight on what's going on in the housing market, as far as I know there's a lot of people that are doing looking to refi. They're wanting to know, I sent a news bulletin out that you'd be coming on. What's going on with inventory and kind of where the pricing on the homes are? They still too high? Do we need to wait? Kind of give us an overview of your thoughts on what's happening.
Well, just kind of give you a real quick overview, Kurt. One of the places that we had for sale here a couple of months ago, I guess it was, we had on the market. It was on for a year, and we had what we thought priced right. Well, the market had changed so much that ultimately we had it priced right at $500, and it ultimately sold about a month ago for $409.
Wow.
And it was really a shock to the sellers that the market had changed that much. And one of the reasons for that, Kurt, was it was sitting in the middle of an area where new builds were, and the builders just had so much more to give away to get customers. And, builders have been stuck with a lot of inventory and they haven't been able to get rid of it. So they're just basically cutting prices, giving appliances away, and doing anything they can to get these houses sold. And to my knowledge, Kurt, nothing's really changed. The market's real soft right now. It's really a buyer's market. And my thinking is, if you're a buyer and you're wanting to do something, now's the time to do it, because there's talk about rates coming down after the first of the year. It's all talk right now. Haven't seen anything in concrete. But while this market is so soft, this is the time to be buying something.
So let me ask you a question. People are saying, depending on who you listen to, that existing homes are doing really well. The new builds is where the builders are getting with the banks, and they have these incredible rates. Plus, they'll say, okay, we'll give you $15,000 in upgrades, which we know is a bunch of baloney because they just mark it up through the roof. But it's still a deal in the consumer's eyes. But then I think also that existing home and location is still a big factor when buying a home.
Well, location has always been the biggest factor in real estate, but also market conditions play a big role in that. And when I say market conditions, right now interest rates are sitting right at 6.25%, which a lot of people don't want to sell their 2.5 to 3.5% note and go into a 6% loan, and you can't blame them for that. And there's been some conversation about 50-year mortgages, about mortgages that can be transferred and all that, but that's all in conversation. There's nothing to it, really.
Okay, we'll stop right there. So I was reading quite a bit where if you have a 2.9% mortgage, you can set that up and transfer that to your next loan. Is that still just scuttlebutt, or is that just something you can actually do?
Well, the administration is now, this week, I understand, going into talks about discussing those possibilities to try to put that type of deal into process. And we won't really know anything for quite some time, but there is conversation in that.
So here's a question that I was asked. Do you think the homes are being built now as good as they were being built 20 years ago?
Yeah, I would say yes, because technology does improve stuff, and you got to watch out who you're buying from, your builder, of course, and you got cheaper housing, which a lot of people are having to go to because they just can't afford the other properties. But then you got builders that are in the most elite areas and Highland Park type of things, which is already built out. But in the outer skirts, like Denton and other Melissa and places like that, where they got new construction going on, they're still building because they're saying there's a short of housing. And if you look, a lot of these property areas where haven't been built up in years, they've got multi-story apartment buildings that are going in, condominiums and townhomes. So things are still going. It's just not as hot as it was at one point in time.
Yeah, I got a buddy. He's a builder. His family's been building homes forever. And he goes, the new thing is the houses that are not near as wide, but they're much longer. And he said he is building the heck out of them and selling them at a very quick pace. And they look like a very long town home instead of the wide with the yard or whatever. But they're building them deep and narrow, not wide and shorter. And when I'm driving down the tollway, I see a bunch of that. And then going into Melissa, I hear that Melissa, they have put a kibosh on build right now because now they've kind of overbuilt the place and the infrastructure is not there for it. So there's a lot of moving parts right now in the real estate industry.
That's true. That's one of the you hit on one of the problems, and that's overbuilding the infrastructure. So they've had to put, and Princeton, for instance, out in by McKinney, is the hottest growing area in the country right now, and they've had to put a stop on a lot of that construction because they've overbuilt their infrastructure.
Well, Ponder and Crumb's run into that same issue too, as you well might know.
Yeah, they've got a lot of new, these are what they call the smaller homes, like Kurt was mentioning a while ago. They've got a lot of those, look like cookie cutter type, what we used to call cookie cutter type homes.
Yeah.
And they're right there on the edge of Denton County and Wise County along 380.
Right.
And there's a lot of activity going on out there.
Yes, there is.
So let me ask you: we used to have to bid on the homes. I know we sold our last home. We're going around. We looked at 32 homes, and everybody was outbidding us. I don't get into bidding war. If Harmon lists his house for $350,000, I'm going to RP you $350,000. If you said I'm waiting on bids to come in, I walked away and went, I'm not interested. Is that still the case where people are getting multiple offers on home, or is it really just a wide open buyer's market?
It's a buyer's market, totally. And you'll see if you see some of these social sites where some of these realtors are on there, they're saying that they're getting 2 or 3 offers per day. Well, yeah, you will if you price it way, way lower than what the market is. And that's what they're ending up having to do is lower these prices to get the activity. And like I've always said, price creates activity.
Yep.
It always has. It always will. It's just like taking your Cadillac, top of line Cadillac, and putting it down on a small Ford basis. You know, it's just going to get more activity.
No doubt about it. Go to HarmonRobinson.com. That's HarmonRobinson.com, and start with him now. You know, people always say they wait before school or during the summertime. That's the time. But I'm going to tell you what, I would think that when people are the market is not hot, would be a good time to make that move, whether it is summer or you want to get settled before school starts, to start making offers now, to start your shopping now and looking for that place and location. Correct me if I'm wrong on that.
No, you're right, Kurt. And like I mentioned earlier in the broadcast here, now's a buyer's time to really go out and get the best deals you can get, because sellers are really wanting to move on and do. Well, some people just have to sell because they're moving to this location, they're going to different school districts, and they have to sell. But now's the time to do it if you're really going to exercise the best options.
No doubt about it. The man, the myth, the legend, Harmon Robinson. I've known him for many, many, many years. He's got a heart for helping people. Big difference. He's not chasing the dollar. He's chasing the relationship, because he doesn't have to do this. That's what makes Harmon Robinson different from a lot of people that you're going to be dealing with in the mortgage business. The place, HarmonRobinson.com. That's HarmonRobinson.com. And Harmon, I'll reach out to you. We know that there's going to be a lot of changes coming in next year, and we'll get you back on to give us the lowdown on what's going on in the housing market.
Stay in touch, my friend. Y'all have a good one and have a happy new year.
You as well. That's HarmonRobinson.com. It can't go any easier than working with him. Totally endorsed by the Automotive Edge radio show. That's HarmonRobinson.com. Okay, well, I said we're going to do the New Year's resolutions. We'll do that coming up in the next segment. We got to go to break real quick. Don't go away. We'll be right back. Okay, don't go away. We'll be right back. You're good. We're good. We're good.
All right. And don't forget to go to our YouTube channel, youtube.com/the Automotive Edge. And there's a lot of good little clips going. In fact, we have a clip up there from when Kurt and I did a little walkthrough at the DFW Car and Toy Museum. Turned out really good. I shared it on Facebook. I don't know if you saw that.
Every corner was a wow. And then when we got to the cars from the past, boy, did you and I go down memory lane.
Well, one memory lane was my car was sitting there. My very first one. It wasn't mine, but it was exactly like what I drove. 1965 Volkswagen Beetle. I can't even tell you all the stories about that car.
The look on Ty's face was great, because you went, Ty, I used to own that car. And he goes, yeah, okay. he didn't get it.
No, he didn't get it. I think he got it when I said, no, it's not. That's not my car. But my first car was that car. That kind of car. It was the same color. Everything was exactly the way it was.
You know what was funny is back then nobody cared what you drove. You just had a car. Now it's all about whatever.
Well, I was happy to have a car, and I was happy to have where I was paying. They would have gas wars at the stations, and the lowest I ever paid Y'all sitting down for this? 19.9 a gallon. That's 19 cents, not $19. Basically 20 cents a gallon in a Volkswagen. Like $3 to fill the sucker up. How you go forever?
My lowest price was 49.9.
Really? I figured it'd be a little lower than that.
Is the best that I can remember.
Right.
It might have been, but
I remember that because it was a gas war back in the, I guess, late 60s for some reason. And I remember they had it for 19.9, but most of the time it was around 25 to 30 cents, I guess, something like that.
I remember I had that big old Delta 88. My buddies would all throw in $5, fill that big old monster up, and then
rock and roll. The Irving Mafia.
Oh, we could get 5 buddies in that car. There were 6 of us in the disco limo out cruising around.
There you go.
Listen, and it was funny. By the end of the night, it was always me.
8 tracks?
Oh, sure. Maybe one, but the others would just disappear. I don't know where they ever went, but they always showed up at, Thursday night at 6:30, ready to go.
Well, they had it
we all had to work the next day, and it was so bad. So bad.
But there's so many great vehicles out there. You have to go.
My new vehicle, I'm now up to 43.6 miles to the gallon.
Ooh, that's pretty sweet.
Yep. And it's a full-size sedan.
And gas is about $2.50, so that ain't bad.
No. I filled up, it was $18.
Mm-hmm.
I don't let my car get below a quarter of a tank anyway. And I got a 2026 XSE Camry from Freeman Toyota. And it's got the HEV, which is hybrid electric vehicle with gas as well. And my last one, I got up to 49.7. And so this one got a little more horsepower, more options, everything on it, a little bit different on the way. But I pushed past 42 miles to the gallon. I'm in. How long will he keep the car is the question.
Well, there's still 3 days for the new year, so that could still happen.
Yeah.
It almost happened already a couple times. Almost got a vet if it had chrome polished wheels.
Oh, in a heartbeat.
I can't begin to know him.
Neil Diamond.
That's right.
Here on the Automotive Edge radio show.
So would you go out and see that movie with Jack, whatever his name is, and Goldie Hawn's daughter, where they do the Neil Diamond tour together?
Maybe.
It's called the Neil Diamond Extravaganza.
I might.
They made that movie. I got to take my wife to see that and the last part of the Oz. I know.
I'm out. Don't call me.
Touch
you, sweet Caroline. Every college student knows this song.
Oh, my God. 214-787-1190 is the number. The place, Grapevine Ford, the only home of the Love It or Leave It promise, the true Love It or Leave It promise. Everybody else got all these crazy numbers and guidelines to go a week or 10. Look, you get that vehicle home and you say, oops, take it back and get the one that you don't say oops to. See Cameron or Cameron. You got 2 Camerons managing the dealership there, both great guys, and let them take you through the great process. You got the best-selling truck, the F-150 in the world. They got huge discounts, they've got so many pickup trucks. They've got an off dealership site packed with trucks, and they would much rather not be paying rent and turn that inventory, but they stock in a lot of vehicle. And I always like the old slogan, they're stacking them deep and selling them cheap.
Yeah.
The best-selling car for 48 years in a row, the F-150. But then it comes down to people. But you got the Ford Edge, the Expedition, the Explorer, the Mach-E, the cargo vans, the commercial line of products. Right next door, the Lincoln. You have the Corsair, the Nautilus, the Navigator, all in one location. I've known Chaz Gilmore now for 10 years, a sponsor of the radio show. David Collette next door, who used to be my boss when I got in the car business. I know them. I know how they operate, and there's not a better place to buy your next Ford than Grapevine Ford, the true home of the love it, leave it promise, right there between Texan Trail and Main Street in Grapevine on Highway 114. Start online at grapevineford.com. That's grapevineford.com, and walk in and just say, I need to talk to Cameron. They go, which one? It doesn't matter. I'll take either one, and enjoy your Grapevine Ford experience. That's grapevineford.com.
And what do you think's the number one thing I love about Ford?
God only
should
knows.
know this answer.
Black wheels.
Well, I do like black wheels, but the names on the vehicles.
Yeah.
I love if they have names and not numbers. So that's my little 2 cents, and way to go, Grapevine Ford.
Okay, let's start posting your New Year's resolution, or give us a call, 214-787-1190. That's 214-787-1190. We're going to start in studio. Larry, do you make New Year's resolution? And if so, what'd you make?
I do not do New Year's resolution.
There you go.
Is,
All right.
Okay, so you don't do the New Year's resolutions, but can I ask what you might like to see in the new year that would, what you'd like to see for yourself? Like something, I don't know what it would be.
I would say probably to make a bunch of money.
Well, there you go.
Well, that's number 2 on the list.
Yeah, it's pretty much most everybody's probably.
Hey,
desire.
Rob and Laura
Right.
Petrie are tuned in.
Hey, good morning.
The
Good morning.
birthday boy,
Yeah.
Rob Self, thanks for joining us. Give that beautiful wife a hug for us. Darlene Lawson House says, speaking of driving, what best worst trip have you ever taken? Easy for me. Best trip ever. Hot Springs, Arkansas, every summer to go on Lake Hamilton with my family for 2 weeks. Best ever. We stop at Stuckey's and get the pecan log, cut it up in 7 pieces. Everybody got a chunk, and we were happy. My worst, I couldn't tell you a worst. Well, whenever I go to Houston, I drive down and I drive back. I never stay the night. So 8 hours on the road coming up 45 is a booger. But other than that, I really never had any bad ones. I know your best road trip by far.
Yeah, about 3 years ago. And it was my son and I took off right before his senior year in high school, or maybe it was right after.
Yeah, he was in college.
Yeah, he was, about to start his college. And we made a road trip all the way to New York. And I have a really good friend up in New Jersey that took us to see Manhattan, and we just rode around him, or actually walked around him and did different things. But we stopped along the way. And if you've never been to Virginia and seen the Natural Bridge, you haven't seen anything in America yet. That is one of the finest places to go. It's called the Natural Bridge in Virginia. And the trip was fantastic. We saw some just made several stops along the way. We just didn't drive through. That was my absolute favorite. Worst, I don't know. Can't say I don't travel a whole lot. So
Well, let's talk about New Year's resolution.
probably the worst trip would be my on the Gulf, the Caribbean cruise. That's probably my worst one.
Yeah, that driving though.
Oh,
She should drive.
well, I had to drive to get there.
All right, New Year's resolution for 2026, the top 3, health, money, and family.
Yeah.
Those were the top 3 again. Everybody comes in, they want to, go to the gym. That lasts about 30 days, maybe a little bit longer. Everybody wants more money. Larry did not hesitate to go more money. And then family time. So do you do resolutions?
No.
Do you have anything in 2026 that you would like to change or see or do?
I can't really say out loud.
Oh. I only have one thing for 2026.
What's that?
Forgiveness.
It's a good one.
That's it.
For you or for them to you?
I have forgiven all debts.
Oh, okay.
I have.
Can I borrow $5,000
Yeah, no
before you
problem.
do that?
Yeah. I'll forgive it tomorrow. Well, January 1, I'll forgive.
Oh, okay. Well, I want that check.
Yeah, you know what? I
years ago.
decided to just forgive and hopefully be forgiven and get rid of all these burdens that weigh down on my shoulders. I'm tired of it. It's I got a buddy that has owed me money forever, and every time I'd see him, he goes, "Hey, you know I was going to call you." No, you aren't. And so I forgave that debt, and now we talk periodically, and it's just so much better because it's not worth it. And holding grudges, and I have a brother, and I told him, I said, it's amazing. What I want you to do is look in that mirror, and when you see perfection, then don't forgive. But if you don't see perfection, you need to forgive. And I think if we do a lot more of this and stop all the bickering and fighting and all the lies that are coming out of Washington, all the lies in the media, and we just get rid of it, and people are held accountable to where they can't do it anymore. And then my one big thing is I hope in 2026 that parents will not bring in iPads and hand their kids iPads and cell phones in restaurants. And start talking and communicating. Because let me tell you what, that cell phone and that iPad is polluting your kid's mind in so many ways that we don't even know of. We heard a story the other day about, last night, about how these third graders were being groomed on their cell phones. And I'm going, turn that stuff off. Turn it off and talk to your kid. You'll be shocked if one of the parents that shows an iPad or a cell phone or something in front of them, the things your kids might have to say, or the things that your kids want to hear, or the things your kids want to discuss. I got a buddy, he said he brings blank paper and crayons everywhere they go. He goes, I bet my son and I played 1,000 games of tic-tac-toe.
That's fun. That's a good idea.
We draw pictures. We do this. We do that. We do not bring that into the restaurant. And I'm going, how cool to bring activities while you're dining versus.
And it also creates communication while you're doing that.
And then you see the moms and dads with phones in front of their faces as well.
All right, that's
everybody at the table, 2 kids, mom and dad, and everybody's got a cell phone going.
And they're probably just texting each other.
Commercial break.
And then you go, where did you hear this? Why is this going on? Change what you do in 2026. Yep. But number one, forgiveness. 214-787-1190. That's 214-787-1190. Quick break. We'll be right back.
Wow, we went right there, baby.
Yeah, I can't remember having a, Darlene, I'm good for about 4, maybe 5 hours in a car, and then I'm done. My wife would love to travel. She would love to.
5 is probably pushing it for me. 4 was really more the tops.
Yeah.
I don't like going any further than that.
I got right to Hot Springs, Arkansas. We met Kyle and Tammy at a restaurant. We just bought Melinda's new RAV4. I said, what are y'all doing? I said, hey, we went to Arkansas. Where you at? Hot Springs. We're coming. He goes, come on, jokingly. I came home. We grabbed a suitcase, threw a few things in it. We were gone. It was 4 hours to get there and spent a couple of days in Hot Springs, Arkansas, which I absolutely love that town. And that's about it for me. My sister, they make that drive sometimes from Knoxville, Tennessee, and that I can imagine. Steve says, I can do 11 hours straight. My brother Vinny drove straight from, I forgot what part of Florida we were in this summer, and drove straight from Florida to Texas. I'm like, no way.
Well, I've made some long trips, travel on the road when I was a musician and working out there. And I remember driving back from Florida. I can't remember. It was Jacksonville, I think. It was about a 26-hour nonstop trip. Might have been Southern Florida. I don't know. Somewhere where I remember it was a long trip.
Well, that's like driving New York 20 hours.
Yeah. It's a long ways.
Yeah, my brother.
And that was nonstop. I'll never do that again. Never.
They drove straight to New York, and I went,
never.
No, thank you. I would not be fun. That would not be a road trip. Oh, I couldn't imagine.
Well, one road trip I may take, I won't drive, but I might take a train. I want to go see Matt Cather.
Yeah.
He's invited me a bunch of times and told me.
He's never invited me.
Well, you don't ever talk to him.
Wow.
You got to communicate with people.
Yeah, Anna DeHara said she spent
3 days there.
It was gorgeous.
Yeah.
Was it wasn't Charlotte? That's North Carolina.
Oh, where he's at? He's it's in South Carolina, and it's what is it?
She said it's absolutely gorgeous.
Yeah, I can't remember his town
Yeah.
it is at. But he lives only about 20 minutes from 30 minutes to the beach.
Yeah.
He goes all the time.
He's real happy now. Got a great job, and he's getting a referee soccer, do everything he wanted to do. And
Life's been, he was dealt a lot of some bad hands, but ended up the hands have been great.
Yep.
She said, yes, say yes to more spontaneous fan. One of my things, I don't know if we're back on yet, but I would love to see, number one, is it in real true journalism and real truth from the media. Real truth. And not just slander and made up lies to make somebody look bad or somebody else look good. That's gotten out of hand.
And the shows that do that, pull them off the air.
The media
what they say is free. There's a difference between free speech
and slander
and just bold-faced lies.
And they've gotten away with it for too long.
That I've never watched, but I hear nothing but bad things about them. And when the consensus is that it's really bad, you give them a warning and say, prove what you're saying, or we're going to pull you off air. Prove it, or we're going to pull you out.
Well, they have done some of those talk shows at night, late night talk shows. They have done that.
Yeah, but they're back.
I don't think Colbert's back.
Well, he won't be coming back, but the other idiot is.
We'll see how long that lasts.
Yeah. Jim Dandy, 214-787-1190. If it's a Honda, we got the Honda place for you. New pre-owned, certified pre-owned. The new Honda Prelude is now on its way to the dealerships. Freeman Honda. Go to freemanhonda.net. That's freemanhonda.net. And they're right there at 20 in Wheatland. See my buddy Jeff Cole and enjoy your Honda experience. I've got some buddies that I used to work with many years ago at David McDavid that are still there selling 20 plus years later.
Wow.
And enjoy. You talking about a relaxed atmosphere? It doesn't get any better than Freeman Honda right there at 20 in Wheatland. They are laid back. You don't see them all standing there at the door ready to bull rush you when you get out of your car. And they got something for everybody. So you got the Civic, you got the Accord, now you got the Prelude, you have the Honda Odyssey, one of the top selling minivans forever and ever and ever. You have the Ridgeline. There's something there on the property, the Passport, the Pilot, and then you have all your different trim levels, the Prologue. If you're into electrification, they've got you covered with one product or another or multiple. The place, Freeman Honda, go to freemanhonda.net. They got all the great end of the year specials. They've got good inventory, good selection, a variant of colors to make sure that your Honda experience, you're getting what you want. And, sometimes they can call another Honda store and dealer trade it and get it in for you where you don't have to run around to a bunch of different places trying to find that exact car. If it's available, get it from Freeman Honda. Log on now to freemanhonda.net, see our buddy Jeff Cole, and take care of all of your Honda needs at freemanhonda.net. All right. I'm going to make some predictions, and I think I'm going to be dead on for 2026. Now, there's one thing that I want to cover before then is I was asked if I could change 3 things in the past. What would I change?
Personally or something?
Personally.
Okay.
For the auto industry.
Oh, that's what I'm asking.
Yeah. What would I change? Number one.
Oh,
go ahead.
I thought you was asking the question.
No, go ahead. What would you change?
Well, I would change, and I think number one would be for you, is to make some simpler vehicles. In other words, that we've over educated these cars, and I think for me, if they would produce more simpler vehicles and a little more affordable, would be the number one change.
It's a great idea. Simplify
And make it a little affordable, because you don't have all the stuff that they're putting in them. But that would be my number one, because that's what's hurting a lot of people is the pricing and the stuff.
Put your kids in a car with crank windows.
Yeah. Little side window. Those
Yeah,
little,
they have to adjust the stereo.
Yeah.
There's no phone that can connect to it.
no.
Yeah, that'd be greatness. That'd be greatness. All right, here's my 3 things to change. Number 1 is the Santa Fe. That Hyundai Santa Fe.
Oh, you're talking about a particular vehicle.
Yeah,
right. Okay.
Someone needs to be fired for what they did to that. That used to be one of the best looking SUVs out there. You're fired. I don't know why you did what you did to the Santa Fe. Bring it back to its glory and get rid of that design. Number 2 is let's bring Jaguar back to its glory. Everybody involved with Jaguar, so we're going all electric. There was a lot of them. Well over 100 gave up their franchise. Like, we want no part of this. We don't want to be Tesla. We want to be Jaguar. And when you hear them say it, Jaguar. At one time, that was one of the most beautiful automobiles.
Mhm.
That big Jaguar on the hood.
They don't even do that anymore, do they?
No.
That's crazy.
Then Ford, if you remember back many, many years ago, Ford took over Jaguar, and it was a disaster. The Jaguar looked kind of like the Ford Taurus. It was just bad. It was bad. Good intentions. It was just a big foobar. It did not work. Then Jaguar came roaring back with new owners, and they never got back to. In fact, I saw a Jaguar the other day on the tollway. And I'm looking at the car, and I really can't tell what it is. And I get behind, I went, it was so ugly. It was so ugly what they've done. And I think that somebody needs to come back and grab the reins, get rid of the electrification, and put Jaguar back on the map. That car, I remember I drove 2 Jaguars, the XJS and the XJE. I can't remember. Years ago, I had them, and a buddy of mine, Mark Diamond, he was a big lover of Jaguar, and that's why I got. I had my 2, and I'm trying to think of what the edition was called, but it was green with tan interior. Loved the car, and I would love to see Jaguar come back. And then I'm so glad to see so many electric vehicles going away that will not be built anymore. You won't see them. Electric trucks are all but gone. Nissan's only going to have the 1 Leaf. Their other product gone.
So what's the status on Cadillac? Because they announced that same thing. They were
they pull the reins. Okay. Yeah, Porsche definitely pulled the reins.
Yeah. And Volkswagen did too.
Yeah.
Well, they got a lot of heat by saying they were going to do that.
Volkswagen, if you're listening, get rid of that electric motor and that ID Buzz and put a gas engine in there, a nice hybrid motor, and sell the snot out of that van.
Yeah.
Everything about it's cool.
Very cool.
Everything but
the engine.
The electric motor at $80,000.
Yeah, that's nuts too.
You need to fire everybody that was behind putting an $80,000 electric bus out there that nobody wants. The design, phenomenal. The drive, phenomenal. The everything. And then you made it electric. And you're not even attempting to put a gas engine in it. I'm telling you, you'll sell them all if you go back to putting a gas
Kurt might even be one of the buyers.
I'd buy one. I would. I'll be your first buyer. Put a gas engine in there, dump the price on that thing, and I'll buy the van. Best things for 2026 coming up. Number 1, hybrid technology.
Oh, boy.
It is storming Norman in the industry right now. There's several manufacturers behind the 8 ball. One of them is Nissan, but their hybrid technology will be catching up very quickly. You're going to see other manufacturers coming in, your Porsche, Volkswagen, a few of them that they don't have a choice but to bring in their hybrid technology and start backing off this electric stuff that just nobody, the majority, does not want. They're realizing that, this Green New Deal was a toilet bowl of money. We just kept flushing it down the toilet with no results. It was just going out to wherever. We know now that the Green New Deal was baloney. There's no truth to it. That John Kerry, because he couldn't become president, and Al Gore that all of a sudden they become the two Chicken Littles of the world, that the sky's falling. Here's what we need to do, while they're making millions of dollars spewing lies and venom. And now the manufacturers, because they were under the gun of the Democrats, going, we're going to raise this cafe so high that the technology is going to be ahead of its time, and we're setting it up for failure. Look how many problems they have with all this technology they were cramming in these cars at warp speed to try to make sure the cafe was achieved. Now the smart guy comes in, President Trump goes, time out. We're going to back this cafe off. We're going to get back to affordability, but still work on emissions. Gee, what a brainstorm that was. The mileage per gallon should never matter. Ever. Ever, ever, ever should MPG play any factor in the auto industry. Emissions should play the factor.
Right.
Two completely different things.
That's right.
What's coming out the exhaust, let's continue to make it as clean as possible.
Well, I guess they think that by not having to buy so much gas makes the environment better, but that's not what does it. It's the way they make the vehicles to not burn as much.
Yep. So they said, well, let's go electrification. Well, they were doing more damage building electric cars than they were gas cars.
Yeah, for the environment, for sure.
How much raw earth was having to be dug up with tractors, diesels, cranes, diesels, trains, diesels to do this?
And
who was the main supplier of all this?
Mm-hmm.
That would be China versus gas cars, which need oil, which we have plenty of. Let's clean the emissions up. And then I'm telling you, I wouldn't care if I liked a car and it got 8 miles to the gallon. I don't care. I wouldn't be able to afford it. But my point is, as long as what's coming out the exhaust is the focus, the rest of it doesn't matter. And when I mean that, I don't mean just build whatever. We still need safe cars. We still need airbags. We still need ABS. There's still some things that are great for the vehicle. But forcing this advanced technology to hit these cafes is what's causing so many problems. Main reason, the cost of the vehicles. The cost of the vehicles have gone through the roof because of mandates. Because of mandates. That's it. So we need to fix that. The other thing, too, is rebates. I would rather see 0 APRs or 1.9 or 0.9 or whatever the case may be than rebates and incentives. And I think now when you saw that the cafe, President Trump switched that, you had the head of Stellantis, the head of GM, well, number 2 at GM, Ford, all at the meeting going, you know what, now we're going to start building affordable cars. When you look at Stellantis, their average car, base model car, is $40,000. $40,000. So they're going to bring back the Compass. They're going to bring back a different Cherokee. They're going to bring back the Charger, 2-door or 4-door, under $40,000. I'm like, kudos to you.
Absolutely.
And people don't realize that. When government mandates come down, it destroys the consumer's finances. It destroys it. It's not a good thing. And that's why I'm saying it's important to vote.
Break.
And then we mandate what we want, and then we hold them accountable each and every time we're with them. 214-787-1190 is the number. That's 214-787-1190. Quick break. We'll be right back.
Fleetwood Mac. What a great band, man. Yeah, well, that's the way.
So what are you doing for New Year's?
Oh, I don't know yet. I'm sure Purple Haze has some ideas. Just, I don't know.
I got
We used to play a lot on New Year's music, so kind of.
You know I love Barbara Ann.
I know you do.
That woman was so creative with my Christmas gift.
I know.
The best.
Yeah, she's got that ability for sure.
When I opened it up, and I looked down, I went to pick. I knew what it was. I have a fetish for nutcrackers, She gave me 2 nutcrackers that I don't have, and I have a huge collection of nutcrackers.
Fantastic.
And then she gave me the little Jesus, a whole bag of them.
I know.
Get your little Jesus. And it just made my day.
Well, she gave you a whole bag because she figures like a lot of little Jesuses give you a lot of Jesus.
And she gave me a nice chase ornament.
How about that?
Hanging on the tree.
Yeah.
Very, and then the gifts she gave Melinda were all thoughtful. Everything that we will use or give away. Every bit of it. And the boxes were the bomb. I don't know where she found those. Those are the coolest gift boxes.
Yeah. She's got the knack for all that.
Yeah, not me. You could tell every package I wrapped. It was ugly. It was ugly. I don't know how women do that. Mine, when I make that crease to fold it over, it may go halfway back over that package, and I just tape it up.
It's just whatever, wrap it.
I just tape it.
Well, she is like you the way you are to decorating for Christmas. She's that way for wrapping presents, picking presents, all that. We've not even had our Christmas yet because she's bringing Ashlyn in. And Graham's here still. So we're actually technically this afternoon having our immediate family Christmas. And there's tons of presents under the tree. And they're all like super wrapped, super pretty.
Oh, yeah.
And all that. But she's like that the way you are with decorating for Christmas. That's her. She just loves it. I mean, she really does.
My toughest day is going to be
taking it all down, right? Starting today?
A week from today.
Oh, okay.
We go through New Year's, which has to be that Friday.
Correct.
And because this is our first year with the animatronics, we got Mickey and Minnie, and the grandkids just went nuts.
Yeah, no, those are cool.
And next year we'll add, hopefully Goofy and the Abominable Snowman.
That'd be awesome.
Very quickly.
Very cool.
And have them spread out throughout the house. And Melinda will be at work. She'll come home and the house is completely packed up.
And you're crying throughout the whole day.
I sit up in the attic and cry. Remember in Christmas Vacation where he's all wrapped up watching 8mm crying at
we just saw that night before last, Cousin Eddie.
Oh, Cousin Eddie, he's the best. You got to love it. 214-787-1190 is the number. I don't know why you're scared to call. But anyway.
You know how nice it is when we get a call and hear your voice? I mean, we get a lot of comments on our live stream, which we do every Saturday morning from 8 to noon, YouTube, Facebook, where it's the same live stream on all the sites. But when we get a call and hear that voice, it's nice. So just think about that for a minute and then pick up the phone and 214-787-1190. And how about wish us a Happy New Year? To hear that voice would be great.
See, Bo's fixing to cry. You need to call in and tell Bo Happy New Year.
Y'all need to help me keep from the tears flowing.
That's right. 214-787-1190. This segment brought to you by Grapevine Dodge. $16,000 off MSRP on a new Rebel. Now, that's one of the hardest trucks to find, and they're taking $16,000 off MSRP, $15,000 off a Laramie. These are not base models. $15,000 off MSRP on a 2025 Ram Laramie. $19,000 off MSRP on the Ram 3500 Limited. You like me now? $12,500 off a Rubicon 392. 25% off MSRP on a Mojave Gladiator. I'm telling you, 20% off a Jeep Compass. They don't even have 20% more. $15,000 off an Overland Grand Cherokee Jeep. And it just Durango GT, $14,250 in discounts. And the last one, but not least, $12,000 off the Pacifica. If you have negative equity, you want a low payment, you want to drive off the lot without negative equity on a brand new car, the place, Grapevine Dodge, 121 in William D. Tate. Shop online, pick out your color, especially on that Rebel. $16,000 off MSRP on a Rebel. full-size pickup, unheard of on the Rebel. And I get the Laramie and the different trims, but a Rebel, my kind of truck. The place, GrapevineDodge.com. That's GrapevineDodge.com. So, getting back to list real quick, the best thing, hybrids, rebates, and leases for 2026. I think leasing is going to be a big, big, big thing. Right now, there's so many leases out there that have 0, 0, 0, 0.
Yeah, Toyota's one of them.
Yeah. David Gomez out at Highly Acura, 3200 Highway 820. They moved down the highway, brand new state-of-the-art facility. I'll walk through it. Unbelievable. And with that, you would figure, okay, new dealership, higher prices. Just the opposite. When you go to the Highly Acura FortWorth.com, that's Highly Acura FortWorth.com, every lease is 0 due at signing. 0, 0, 0. First 4 vehicles that come up, nothing. Sign and drive with approved credit. Real simple. So when leases are good, the auto industry is doing really good because there's tax credits and, well, I just can't get adjusted here. There's tax credits, which meaning you don't have to pay the TT&L on the note. That it's the manufacturer's got you covered. Low payments. That's when things are really cooking on peanut oil. Now with the cafe being brought into reality, they're going to start building less expensive, good quality cars and re-stimulating the market, which is going to bring down used car prices and bring down new car prices. Great thing that we're having. And so a lot of dealers, as this transition happens from you look at Stellantis, they're going to be one of the big players because their cars are expensive, they're coming down. They start dropping in the mid 30s to 30 to, below that when they come out with some of their other products. That's going to start bringing down used car pricing and really reinvigorate the used car market where more people are trading now. They're not holding on to their cars for 12 years anymore. We start seeing those years drop to 10 years to 9 years to 8 years because of incentives, APRs, and lower priced automobiles. It's going to be a great 26. Let's take a quick break. It's top of the hour. Got one more to go here on the Automotive Ed Radio Show. Happy New Year edition. We'll be right back.
You can stay free, you know, no time to talk. Music, women, interest, you may look the other way, staying alive. You say breaking the neck, staying alive, staying alive. Staying alive, staying alive, staying alive.
Well, thanks everybody for joining.
So I need you guys' opinion on the topic.
Go.
So I don't know if I told you guys. So I work in a finance background. I do commercial credit cards now, with Wells Fargo. So the issue I'm having right now, like I understand what the current administration, the president is doing with like the interest rates and things like that, right? Why do you feel like the current administration get as much flack as they get right now, like as much pressure and scrutiny under the media?
Well, one thing is when you really dig deep into it, this is my belief, you'll find out how many politicians are in bed with all of these corporate people. And they know where to invest their money. Look how many of these folks have gone in and become millionaires within years.
Like with stocks.
And they're smarter
right
than the guy with Berkshire Hathaway. They're smarter than him. And so now you have the administration coming in going, time out. We're not going to keep doing this and keep. That's what they're mad about. They're mad for the fact that he's draining the swamp. They're putting in laws on portfolios investments from Congress, and he's changing up everything. Well, you know what? You're going to have to earn it the right way. You're going to have to take chances like everybody else, no insider trading. And so these changes that he's making and creating a level playing field for everybody, just not the 535 members of Congress, is why they're disliking him so much. He's a billionaire. He gives away every one of his paychecks. He has not accepted a paycheck yet.
Wow, I didn't know that.
Yeah, he gives away all of his presidential money. And so as he sees all these people with their hands in these different cookie jars, he's like, time out.
Which is hurting the American people.
I mean, you look at Nancy Pelosi, her portfolio was better than the head of Berkshire Hathaway.
I feel like she should have been out of office a long time ago, but
yeah. So when you look at it, and then you look at that one lady, I can't remember her name, Omar, whatever. She's only been in Congress for a few years. She's already worth what they said, $14 million, and their base pay is $185,000 a year, less taxes, and you're going, how does this happen? Well, for me, for just the average lay person looking in, going, wait a minute here. Are you making smarter decisions than the best in the business? Or are we keeping all of these companies viable because of their bottom line profits that is just sucking the American people dry? They're just sponging off of us. And when you have a president that sees that and calls it what it is, they hate him for it. They hate him for it. And you have to go back and think, who was the last president that this happened to? They said,
wasn't it Bush? I would believe.
No, Ronald Reagan.
Oh yeah.
I mean, they tried to assassinate Ronald Reagan, and so you think about it, and he goes, "If you're relying on the government, you're in trouble. You're in trouble." And he just didn't mean financially. He meant so many other things, because then you give them more power and more power and more say so and more say so. Where if you think about it, Larry, the things that they do in Washington, you and I are immediately going to prison for. No gray area. We're going to prison. They get
inside trading is a federal offense.
Well, who was the last big name that went to prison for inside trading?
Oh, I can't call his name.
Martha Stewart.
Yeah, Martha Stewart.
Yeah.
Now you look at what the other ones are, and they're going. When they called out Nancy Pelosi on that, it was either MasterCard or Visa. Right. That big trade, everything she did. She goes, I don't understand your point. Oh, she does.
Oh, she knows the
point.
But
if Kurt and Larry both invested and we had that information, me and Larry are both going to have a number on our back.
And you sold it knowing what was about to come. The
thing is, you got a president that doesn't need the money, and he's doing all his approach is not the best. What comes out of his mouth is by far not the best. I don't know that it needs to be presidential. I've never cared for that. I think it needs to be probably a better way. I
look at it like he's a straight shooter.
That's what he is, and
he does go about it the wrong way, and he says a lot of things that he shouldn't. Like when they just got through bombing over in Ethiopia, they were killing all the Christians. He goes, "Yeah, we gave them a Christmas present they'll never forget." Well, I went, you didn't really have to say that. I mean, there's some things that when he says, I kind of cringe, but
you understand the
bottom result is
it had to be done. They're killing Christians over there.
He's still draining the swamp, and look what he unfolded in Minnesota with all the Somalians that they are taking all that money, and how much of it was sent overseas and hidden, and he ain't playing.
And they don't cover a bunch of that part on the media.
No, that's what I was saying.
Well, they don't. They just, what do? Tim Walz said that he's well aware of it, and he doesn't need the president's help, and he don't need liar, pants on fire. You got caught. Just like in the hearing, they said, do you know who your AG is? He goes, are you asking me who my AG is? Just so he can think of the answer. Did you know this, and this? Are you asking me about? And everything was it's just nuts. Well, if you and I are sitting in front of a judge or a commission,
they'll be dragging us out with handcuffs on.
Yeah, we're going the hoot scowl. And so what's good for the goose is not good for the gander. And he's a president that's not taking any BS. I mean, I'm not a Bush fan. I think what his invasion of Iraq was, we could have done things so much differently because they never found any WMDs or that whole thing. I think was there was so many lives lost that shouldn't have been. And I never saw where he stood up and went, we're gonna clean this crap up. He became a politician, both, W and, Junior. Was he a good president? 100%. One of the best presidents by far financially. We didn't like what he was doing in the back doors of the White House, but Bill Clinton was a good president.
Are you ready for the show? I said.
That's my 2 cents.
Can't really hear you with the music going.
The road that you travel along, it's one day here and the next day gone. Sometimes you bend, sometimes you stand, sometimes you turn your back to the wind. There's a world outside every darkened door. The blues won't haunt you anymore. Where the brave are brave and lovers soar. Come ride with me to the distant shore. Even hesitate to break down God's gate. There's not much time left today. Life is a highway.
214-787-1190 is the number.
You going my way?
3200 West Loop 820, the newest location for highly accurate Fort Worth. Zero due on the 25 ADX, 2026 Acura MDX. Zero due at signing. Zero due at signing on the Integra, and zero due on the TLX. These are all 36-month payments. And for people that, when you look at the buy versus the lease, and I figured it the other day, on the MDX, the payment's $497 less a month, 50% of what a buy would be. And you have a lot of freedom to refinance the residual, keep the vehicle, trade it in, get another one. There's so many variables now with leasing that we didn't have before. I still hear all these economists and all these people that teach you how to manage your money and everything. Never lease a car, never finance a car, only pay cash. Well, that's not a reality in the world. Everybody would love to be able to write a check for a car and move on. It's just not the world that we live in. Is there a better way to do it? There is. And for a lot of people, it's leasing. So you get a car that stays under warranty for the 3 years. You have a payment much, much, much less than on a retail buy. And I've had friends that leased a vehicle and then put the difference aside that would have been a buy into their savings account. And so when it came time to re-up on the next car, they had a huge down payment and it worked out completely different. So there's ways to do it. For moms and dads that your kids are going off to college or you want to get them started and they're 18 years old, you put them on the note, you lease a car, and then after 3 years, they've got excellent car credit. And then for you, you can save yourself a bunch of money when it comes to leasing over buy. But, if leasing's not your gig, they got great discounts and great incentives to buy a car. Go meet them at the new location, 3200 West Loop 820, state-of-the-art facility. Remember, not just Acura. If you need your Honda serviced, guess what? Acura is sister of Honda. They can take care of your Honda needs as well. Enjoy the carte blanche service that you get only at Highly Acura Fort Worth. The new location, 3200 West Loop 820. And for all their specials and information, go to highlyacura.com. That's highlyacura.com. Okie dokie smoky. Well, we got to do it. You've been waiting for it.
I was waiting for the drum roll here.
All right. We got a few jokes leading us into 2026. Let's hit it. You know what really grinds my gears? Clutch failure.
Okay, that's a good one.
What has four wheels and flies? That'd be a garbage truck. What did the traffic lights say to the car?
Go.
What did the traffic lights say to the car? Please turn your head while I'm changing.
Oh.
You should get a job as, in a transmission repair shop. You know why?
No.
Because you'll enjoy the early morning shifts. What kind of vehicle does a skeleton drive?
I don't know.
A Zamboni.
Zamboni. Thank you.
And you know that's a real vehicle, the Zamboni?
Yeah, I know.
It's a real vehicle. Okay, we got to flip over. New driver's guide to things not to crash into. This is a little known fact. Trees are hard and made of wood. These two factors place them firmly on the do not crash into list. You might think that it would be cool to crash into a tree and cause all the leaves to simultaneously fall down. That might look cool, but it would result in you being very dead. Trees also create oxygen. So what do you have against that? Are you too cool for oxygen? Repeat after me. I will not crash into a tree. Palm trees. These are similar to regular trees, but are generally warmer. They're still highly unacceptable objects to slam your vehicle into. The impact may result into a volley of coconut projectiles that create panic, chaos, and carnage while attracting swarm of food bloggers preaching the benefits of coconut oil. Use all your attention and self-restraint to avoid these swaying wood plants of doom. Enjoy your time at the beach like a normal person. Don't run into a palm tree. Repeat after me. I will not crash into a palm tree. And there you go. Bringing in 2026, the guide of things not to crash into. 214-787. You know, I've gotten 5 people already told me quit reading that stupid stuff on air, and I will not. I will not. Okay.
He won't.
All right.
Suffer with me, folks.
Do what?
I said, suffer with me.
You like them, Larry?
I do. Yeah, Larry was laughing. I think.
I do.
All right. Best Buys in 2025 going into 2026. There's a couple. One is truck prices. You look at the truck prices across the board. Everything is north of $10,000 in discounts. Be sure when you get there, though, look at the addendums. Talk to them about add-ons. What are you putting on the vehicle? You go to El Dorado up to $18,000 off of Silverado pickup trucks at El Dorado Chevrolet in McKinney. They're at $380 and $75, excuse me. And they do have window tint and a couple of items on their price very, very low that most people want on their vehicle anyway. Mats is another thing that is not standard on every vehicle, just like spare tires and jacks is not standard on every vehicle anymore. They were reducing the weight to get to this, to get to that. So there's some things on there that are not standard, some things that have been added, but at El Dorado Chevrolet McKinney is basic stuff. $16,000 off Rebels at Grapevine Dodge. So trucks is the deal right now. If you have negative equity, you have shortfall, you're looking for a great payment, you're looking to save a bunch of money and drive off the lot where you're not upside down, one of the few times in the history of the auto industry, it's on pickup trucks. Number one. The other vehicles that you're going to find big discounts, they've got to move. The problem is the pricing on some. BMW hit with the tariffs has really changed the dynamics there. So what you're discounting to wasn't as good as it was before the tariffs hit. And I can't believe they have not fixed that yet, that BMW has not worked things out to get their pricing down on their vehicle, which has created a lot of my buddies that are in the BMW business, their old inventory, you know, that they've kept is a lower price vehicle, mainly pre-owned and some of the new. So you'll get some big discounts there. Were they as good as they were before? No, but they're better. Mercedes-Benz, you can get big discounts. Audi, their numbers fell way off the charts. get you some really good smoking deals on Audi. And remember, when you go to my website, you're not going to see BMW, you're not going to see Mercedes, you're not going to see Audi, you're not going to see Cadillac, you're not going to see Volvo. Your luxury brands, they're kind of snobs, but anyway, and I take that back because I got a lot of good friends that deal in the snobby dealerships. But there's some big discounts to be had. Porsche, who was hit with tariffs as well, they've got some pretty good discounts on some of their vehicles. Don't be fooled because it says Porsche that we automatically think window sticker. They're working as well. Infinity's down to 3 models. The new honcho with Nissan, Infinity, they're going to be bringing new vehicles on a little bit later on in 2026, but you can sell the QX80, the 60, the 50, you still get really good discounts. If you look at the guys up there at Crest Infinity, they're really wheeling and dealing on every Infinity, and plus their certified pre-owned are as good as it gets. Big discounts on those as well. So you look at your luxury brands, they're really fighting for business because of the tariffs and the fact they got too many electric vehicles. Big day supplies of electric vehicles they're just trying to dump and get rid of. So if electrification is your gig, those are where some of the biggest discounts are going to be. One of the manufacturers that got really smart was Hyundai, Kia Motors. They paid the tariff up from $400-something million that they paid and let the American people know, hey, we paid the tariffs, you don't have to. One of the smartest moves in the industry for 2025 is taking care of that, and it wasn't transposed where they're marking up these vehicles. Figure $400 million spread out over these vehicles. That's a lot of coin that they absorb to let you know, hey, we want to be your car manufacturer. We want you buying Kias and Hyundais and take good care of you. And then you take a look at some of the other products out there. A lot of domestic products, because they're built here in the United States, weren't affected by tariffs. There are a few Chevy products and Ford products that, are built overseas. But for the most part, man, there's a lot of great deals out there. Going into January 3rd will be the cutoff with almost everybody I talk to. But that doesn't mean to wait till January 2nd to go make that purchase on the vehicle. Because your biggest discounts are on your 2025s. But we got beautiful weather today. This is a great day to go out shopping. If you want the contact, go to theautomotiveedge.com. Leave me your name and phone number. I'll give you a call after the show and make sure you're with the right people. And it doesn't matter the brand. I got a friend, he goes, hey, I got a buddy looking for a Bentley. Well, that's Simon Crossley over at Avondale Motors. He's got you. So he goes, who do you not know? I said, that's not a question. It's who do I know? And that's every make and model in the business. I got friends that work in corporate, so I can call him. My buddy Brian Leahy, I've known forever and ever and ever. He's one of the CFOs, and they've got, I think, 14, 15 different brands. I can call them up and go, okay, go see this person. Then I call that GM, tell them who I am and what we're doing, and they roll out the red carpet when you show up, regardless of whether they're on the website or not. Bo, you awake over there?
I'm listening to this wonderful information, and I still always wonder why people just tap their brakes on not going to the automotiveedge.com and saying, Kurt, I got this trade. I'd like to know what's the value of it before I go where I'm going to go, and I'm looking for this vehicle. Where do you suggest I should go? 2 simple questions could save you so much time, so much headache, and so much money, and yet people still don't do it.
You know what I was told the other day?
What?
I know there's a hidden catch.
Well, see, and I've always said that I think that's one of the things that stops him from doing it. Okay, there's going to be
there's
a
not
charge.
A nice guy out there.
There's going to be a charge. I know that's what it's going to be. He's going to give me this information and say, okay, or I'll ask him how much it's going to be, and he's going to say blah, blah, blah. Or there's going to be a bill that he's going to want to send me after this info, and that is furthest from the truth.
You know what the guy told me? He goes, I know that they're adding a kickback in there somewhere. I went, you know what, buddy? If that's what you believe, then you probably just need to hang up the phone and go wing it on your own. He goes, well, that was rude. I said, well, it was pretty rude what you just said.
Well, you know what?
I have not received a dime personally Now, I have received funds, but they all go to adopt a teacher, acquiring cars for single moms, or helping them with service. We gave money to therapy horses for Down syndrome. There's a lot of places, but it did not go into Kurt's pocket for me to go to dinner or spend. It was cash in, cash out. But a lot of people, because the way society is, they don't get it.
Well, let me just put it this way too. Now, that doesn't happen. There's no charge to you. But even if there was, and you still get more for your trade and a great deal on a vehicle, why wouldn't you still do it? But there is no charge on top of that. So that's what I don't get. The information is so valuable, and the know before you go is so healthy and valuable. Even if there was a charge, it'd be worth it, but there isn't. So it's all the more reason to do it. That's what I'm trying to say.
I try to tell people that's the sad part of the
society has created that.
Yeah, that there's no good people in the world. Everybody's out for the buck. Everybody wants the dollar. Not true.
And gonna be scammed somehow, some way.
That's right. 214-787-1190. Quick break. Don't go away. We'll be right back.
Well, these segments seem to be flying by. I don't know why, but they are. I guess it's good segments.
That's because it's good topics. And when you have good topics and you keep talking, it just seems really short.
Yeah, it's been good. And thank you, Larry, for joining in too, because we always appreciate your input and being a part of the, we look at you as part of the team. So don't ever feel like that you're not welcome to speak and talk. And we do appreciate that too, buddy.
No, thank you.
You got a good radio voice too. Is that what you got into radio? What made you?
Yeah, I was over a couple of stations in St. Louis for a little while.
And like doing DJ stuff or talk radio?
No, I was the assistant program director.
Oh, okay. But what made you get into it? I mean, what was
my track coach? My track coach actually made me do it because he was a program director, and then I just jumped into it from there.
Your track coach was?
Yeah, he was back in Decatur, and he knew a bunch of people in the radio industry. So he kind of made me and my brother jump into it, and then I just fell in love with it.
That's cool. And what did you do in track?
Triple jump. I went to Olympic trials for triple jump.
Wow, how about that?
Yep.
Now the triple jump.
Now I'm just out of shape.
Is that where you have to jump over three things, or what is that really? Or
yeah, it's hop, step, jump.
Okay.
So you run right when you hit the board, you do the first hop, then you do the step, which is a bound, and then you jump.
So it's distance, right?
Yeah, it's distance jump.
Yeah, that's pretty cool, man. It's like that.
You think you can hop, skip, and jump, Bo?
I can hop, skip, and jump for about, and then when I hit, it'd be about 2 feet. Set the record for the lowest. What was your furthest jump?
My furthest jump was 57.
Wow. That.
214-787-1190. Happy New Year's. I hope everybody has a blessed 2026. And like I said, the one thing that you ought to do is forgive. Take all that burden off your plate. It's not healthy. It's not good. Forgiveness. Our Savior forgave us, and it's so easy to do. It's just whether you're willing to do it and really let it go. It really bothers me if people say, well, I'm going to forgive, but I'll never forget. Okay, stop it. Stop. Why is there always that caveat to that? And so for me, we have 82, 83 family members. And if you don't think there's animosity in a family that big, my mom's got 54, 55 grand, however many. And you just got to learn to forgive and move on because life is too short. I looked up and I'm like, damn, I'm 65 years old. I can't believe it. Three quarters of my life is gone. And then I think that, a family that prays together stays together. And that includes friendship because Bo is as much family
Yep.
as anybody.
I
Barbara
agree.
Ann and Graham, my buddies, Ralph Paul and Carol, their family. Will and Shelley, Kyle and I mean, this is family. We call them friends, but they're really part of the family. And so forgive. And I've made amends over the last year. It's kind of funny. I bumped into both of them in the dealership, and then we wound up had dinner with them. And
I'm still waiting for mine, though.
Waiting for what?
The amends.
The amends?
For all the bad things you said about me on the air.
Well, let me tell you, the women have picked up the pace for you.
Yeah, that's true.
I've apologized to them for my comments. So
one thing I'd like to say is that hate is gone rampant in this country. And that is the one thing that needs to stop. And if you have, like he said, forgiveness, do that. But then stop the hate towards a person that thinks different about their politics or whatever. You remember back in the day, we could agree to disagree and move on. And now we want to cut each other's throats.
Yeah.
And that's horrible in this day and age. And I think the media is partly responsible for that. That's what they want. But that would be really important for me to stop that. And I've pulled away from a lot of political comments on stuff on social media because it's not worth it. You have your thoughts. You have your belief. I get it. So do we. So do I. And go with it the way you think it's best.
Yeah, it's okay. I remember growing up, someone would say, well, I'm going to call BS on that, or I don't agree. I don't do it. Now they're, look what happened to Charlie Kirk.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about.
I mean, look at these people that are now in hiding.
Look what they tried to do to Trump a couple times already. I mean, why do we go to this area?
Because you don't agree. It's okay to agree
all
to disagree.
About that. And I'm talking about the things that they try to cut people's legs off out from under them, like this young lady. What's her name? Majaj. I can't think of her. The entertainer, Larry. You know who I'm talking
Nicki
about?
Minaj.
Yeah, Nicki Minaj.
Yeah, Nicki. Yep.
Yeah, and she just, for some reason, comes out with her belief, and they want to choke her out.
Yeah,
I don't get it.
Well, you realize that it's the smaller amounts of people, the smaller groups, the smaller whatever, creating the most havoc.
The baby that screams the loudest gets the most attention kind of thing.
And it's just terrible, terrible. And so when I talk in the auto industry and I talk to groups or gatherings, it's amazing where people go, so you're into pollution. No, I'm not into pollution. Well, no, you're saying that gas cars are the only way it should be. I'm like, no, I'm not saying that either. I'm saying make your decision, but don't do it based on something that's not true.
And then lambasting you for it and digging a grave for you because they are looking at it from a standpoint of their thought process when they don't have a lot of the facts. And I don't think any of us really have a lot of the facts. That's the thing. But we try to build on what we believe. And we shouldn't have to bury people over that.
Well, I have so many people. In fact, I was speaking to a group and the one guy goes, you're 100% wrong. I said, I'll tell you what, I'll give you $1,000 right now if you can prove to me that building electric cars is better than building gas cars. $1,000. And he goes, pollution, false. Back that up. And he goes, well, electric cars don't pollute. Time out. Let's start it at inception.
Right, where it starts.
To delivery.
Yeah.
And let's talk about when they are done with those cars, what's going to happen. They're just going to scrap them. No. They're not just going to crush them. Those batteries and all the stuff that can explode or catch on, all that has to be removed. Now, what are we going to do with those? And so anyway, we went through this whole process, and here's the deal. I would love the day the good Lord calls me home that the world is cleaner and safer.
Yeah.
100%.
We're all for that.
So to say that I'm all about just selling cars, not true. I'm all about clean burning cars. I was so happy when I was with Honda and we had LEV, low emission vehicle, then ULEV, ultra low, and then SULEV, super ultra. And watching this progression with Honda before this crazy cafe jumped through the roof to,
then force these manufacturers to do things they weren't really prepared for.
Honda wanted to open up their shirt and have the big S on their Superman for how clean they were building these cars. They've had the hydrocell out in California forever and ever and ever.
Right.
And so it's there, but to mandate it and to force and speed this thing up 10 times fold was not a good thing. Look at the price of vehicles. When you have to build these vehicles and design them and computerize them and chip them and reconfigure and lessen the load and take away because of mandates. And now we see
it didn't work.
It did not work because, and I remember my buddy who used to be the president of a motor company, we chat and he said, Kurt, come 2026, you'll see that it was the biggest rabbit hole ever in the history of the United States.
Well, we've talked about that for years.
All the money that's been wasted with this and this and this, and you'll see this rabbit hole. And if you don't know what that means, it means you look down and you can't ever see the rabbit. The hole's too deep. There's too many channels, too many places where they can run and go away where it will never fill up. Even if you put the water hose in there, you're never going to see water come up anywhere. And that's exactly what happened. And then lo and behold, going into 26, what's happening? We're going to see 75% of all the electric vehicles gone, all the mandates gone, the cafe changed, and watch long term. And I don't care if you're a tree, being a tree hugger is a good thing. Being a tree hugger is a great thing, but it's what comes out of your mouth and how you handle being a tree hugger.
Right.
That's the problem. But 2026 is going to be a great, great year if we can stop the violence and the hate. Great point, Bo. 214-787-1190. Quick break. We'll be right back.
Nikki McClure. What do you recommend for brake repairs?
Go to mydriversedge.com and or just go to Driver's Edge and look at their coupon. They have a huge special right now, and it was a buddy of mine called me, and it was $157 less than going to the dealership that he was at. So Driver's Edge, and then go to the coupons and click on it, and there's a great discount there for brake repair. That's got a warranty, and they're putting good parts and everything on it.
And I've got it up here, Nick, if you want to just actually go to mydriversedge.com. I just posted it up on our screen.
One of my favorite people, Nikki and I connected. I used to work with her at Dave McDavid. She was the authoritarian there. You did not make Nikki mad. But then we hooked up, and she was helping me with all my adoptive teacher programs. And I still remember the teacher that we helped over at Sally B. Elliott, which is no longer, broke my heart. It's gone. But Nikki is a special, special friend in person.
And if you need with help, that you go to theautomotiveedge.com and say, hey, Kurt, can you call me and help me out with that? And give me a little ideas on what I need to look for.
Yep.
Because, I don't know, there's different situations with the brakes and stuff. So if you want some extra help with that, he'll hold your hand. But My Driver's Edge is a good place to go. I can say that. And they got coupons, like you said, too. There you go. That's what we're here for every Saturday morning from 8 to noon. Make sure that you go to our YouTube page and subscribe, please.
Nick, you still have kiddos in school?
You said
really big with Nimitz High School baseball.
Oh, yeah?
So I don't know if she she called me one time to announce the games, and something came up, and I couldn't get over there to announce the baseball game. But anything that comes up with the schools needing help or whatever, if you're still dialed in, always give me a call. Would love to help out.
There you go.
Yep. Because the teachers are in need. I love teachers.
Well, the teachers are dropping like flies.
Oh,
Because of the nonsense in these public schools. A lot of the public schools are losing money, so they're closing schools, and then they're losing more money, so they're going to 4-day. Like Ponder now is 4 days a week. So they're
wow.
finishing up college. Look at that.
That was quick.
Crazy, huh?
Well, you know what? We had dinner with friends of ours, and their daughter's a teacher, and they said the first year of teaching, she was crying all the time. It was horrible. I got a buddy that his wife is now working at, completely changed her career because of what was going on in the school.
I saw it was about 4, 5, 6 months ago. I saw where 60% of the first year teachers are leaving. In other words, they go 1 year and they're gone. And it's because not what they thought it was going to be.
Yeah.
Their desire is of heart and soul, and they want to educate kids, but then they get into the system and it's just a beat down.
It is a beat down.
And they're just leaving. And it's causing these schools to have to go to 4 days or close. And they wonder. And the other reason too, these schools are closing and 4-day work weeks is because a lot of the parents are taking their kids out of public school and sending them somewhere else or homeschooling them because of how the public schools are run.
Well, we see that the hundreds of millions and billions spent on STAR tests is a joke.
Big problem.
And the pressure on the teachers is horrible.
Yep.
And now they have new math and new learning ways, all the propaganda in the libraries. Come on.
Yeah.
214-787-1190 is the number, or join us. We have the multiple facets to join us live, but be sure to sign up for the newsletter as we're going to be doing the Texas Car Clinic and live radio show over at the DFW Car and Toy Museum, the Ron Sturgeon Museum. Unbelievable. It is unbelievable. And we're going to be setting that up. But you're going to have to get your invitation on the newsletter. It will be absolutely free. We'll have some groceries there to consume, a little coffee, a little water, a little juice, whatever we have there, and make a day of it. Would love to meet you and see you, and just have a good day of fellowship there at the Ron Sturgeon DFW Car and Toy Museum. Remember, Eldorado Chevrolet, 380 and 75, up to $18,000 off Chevy Silverados. I was over there the other day. If you go to my Facebook page, Kurt Chase Facebook page, I posted the pictures of, rows and rows of pickup trucks. It's not like, oh, we sold it the other day, but this one, no. They still have plenty in stock. And guess what? They're all 2026s. So when you go to the website and you see $7,500 off, $6,000 off, up to $18,000 off, they're all 2026 models. It's not the 25 leftovers. And for you commercial people, 2 buildings over, they'll handle all with a cabin chassis, a box truck, a flatbed, a utility truck. You want to customize it for your business, whether it's AC or plumbing or electrical. They can handle all of that for you at one location. Go to EldoradoChevy.com. That's EldoradoChevy.com. Together, let's drive in a new Chevy from Eldorado Chevrolet in McKinney, 9-time Chevy Dealer of the Year, EldoradoChevy.com. So a couple of things real quick we want to run through. Be sure, don't get caught up in what you think is a great end-of-the-year sale. Know it's a good end-of-the-year sale, and maximize your trade. I had a couple the other day that called me and said, hey, I want to thank you. We took all your tips into mind, and they were telling me the whole things. They told me what they got for their trade. My heart sank. But they thought it was such a great deal because of the big discount on the new. I'm like, get the best of both worlds. Let's give you a ballpark of what that vehicle's worth. And they were shy about $6,000 on the trade. But they thought because of such a big discount on the new that there was just a good balance there. Well, there was even a bigger balance there if you know before you go. Mm-hmm. And still so many people that I'm talking to, especially here the last few days, is what's your credit like? I don't know. Okay, we hang up the phone. log on to Equifax or Experian. You're going to have to put in your credit card, but you can cancel right away and get your Tri-Score, which is Equifax, Experian, and TransUnion, and take a look at your credit scores. Know before you go. And so the people call me back, and he goes, hey, what can you do? My credit's horrible. I'm like, what is it? He goes, 667. I said, that's not a bad score. What's your debt to ratio? Well, it's this, and this. Back about 4 years ago, we had some slow pays, and I'm looking at it. I'm going, okay. And you're looking to do what? Okay. And so I talked to the dealer. They left it 0.9%. Couldn't believe it. And what was sad was the dealer prior to that, wherever they were, told them 8.9. So, know before you go. Bottom line, your credit history, and don't wait. And remember, when you get to the dealer, they don't have to give you a copy of it. I get that phone call. Hey, they wouldn't give me a copy of my bureau. That's my bureau.
And you don't need to tell them what you know about it either.
Yeah, yeah, they give you a graph.
Right.
By law now, they have to give you a graph and say you fell into this guideline. This is where you fall in. They don't have to turn around and hand you that. Some will. When I bought my last car, the guy goes, hey, I said, turn that around for me. He turned around and looked. I was like, okay. And I found a discrepancy on my bureau and found out that months after my trip to the emergency room, the doctor slipped in a $1,500 bill, which now you're protected from that. They can't surprise bill you. I forgot what it's called. There's a name for it. And so I called my insurance company and went, no, he can't do that. We've already paid the bill. They called that doctor and they went, yeah, you're right. They had to call the collection agency and went, hey, pull it. And it took 60 days, but they pulled that off my bureau and bam, it jumped. But if I hadn't looked at it to see what was on it, I wouldn't have known. And so know what's on your bureau, and then if there's a discrepancy or a story behind it, because we all went through the COVID era. Whether you got COVID or not, it didn't matter. We all went through it together with everything being shut down and layoffs and cuts in pay because you're working from home. There's a lot of that went on. That doesn't mean that you're going to get a high interest rate. Doesn't mean that at all. Every credit bureau is its own story. Bo's story on his bureau is different from the story on my bureau and different from my son's bureau or my friend's bureau. And a lot of people look and say, never walk in a dealership and say, what can you do for me? If you know before you go, you'll know what to expect when you get there when it comes to your credit scores. I had one that was a 620 whatever, and they still got 2.9% interest.
You always tell them to go in and say, what's the best you got?
Yep.
What's your best interest on whatever it is, vehicle, whatever, and let them tell you that, and then you go from there. That way you're working with what their best interest is instead of you saying, well, I've got this credit rating, and then they, well, it's this or that or the other. Well,
I was at a dealer the other day, to your point. I'm sitting there looking at the car deal, and I'm there with the consumer. I turn around and say, what interest rates? He goes, we do an average of 9.75%.
Wow.
I went,
average?
Really? I said, well, they have excellent credit. Well, we figure this until they get back to the business office. Let me help you, buddy. What you're figuring right now, they're going to walk out that door.
I would.
And they're not going to buy that car. And so the manager came up and he goes, well, I don't know if you know how this works. They're hang on a second.
That seems to be their favorite question.
Here's my business card. I know exactly how this works.
Right.
These people qualify for the 1.9%. And you've already pulled their bureau. So stop with this average of 9.75%. That's baloney. Or we're going to leave. And he goes, really? And so next thing you know, the GM comes, hey, Kurt, hey, I'm sorry, blah, blah, blah. I went, look, just show them the payment. So they come back and they went, hey, we were sitting in there with Kurt. We apologize. We have your score. You qualify for the 1.9. Here's your payment. Bam, done deal. And the guy goes, how did you pull that off? This is what I preach to people all the time, is that if they're showing you 9.75% and you qualify for 1.9%, what's the variance that you're going to get when you get back to the business office to sign? But when you go through one of my sponsors or somebody that I know, you don't have that problem.
Yeah, that's taken care of before you even go.
Yeah. And so it's so important. They said, well, you know, the payment worked out. What was your interest rate? I don't know. I had one that they didn't even know the term they were on.
Just because of the payment they were able to pay.
You know, we wanted our payment under 450, and they got us at 446. I'm looking at this car deal going
$449.99.
My gosh, do you understand what you just did?
Yeah.
And they went,
No.
what's the next question?
How can I get out?
How do I get out of the deal? You can't. You can go to your bank after your first payment and refinance it, but then you got to hope that when you bought the car that your balance to finance fits into their portfolio.
Why would you even want to deal with that? Why would you want to go with that headache? Just get it done in the beginning and live a nice life and be happy and enjoy your ride instead of being frustrated over the next 4 to 6 years over something that you stumped your toe over that you don't have to do that.
Yeah, you hear and see a lot of that from consumers, and the tough ones are always the one that go, can you take a look at this deal? And I'm like, I will. And then for the guys, you know what they say?
They say, well, you're just one of those car guys.
Well, you know, I know you told my wife all this stuff because we didn't use your sponsor.
Yeah.
There was that better deal. And I went, here's the thing. The brand that you bought is not a sponsor. And the deal you got was not good. But let me flip the coin here. I get a lot of people that negotiate great car deals and just say, hey, just for a peace of mind, hey, you're dead on. That's as good a deal as you're going to get. I do get a lot of those. And they went, well, we weren't sure, but we booked out our car, and we remembered you said to take about $1,500, $2,000 maybe off of that for reconditioning costs, which we're fine with. And the price on the car said, you killed it. You got a great deal. What was your interest rate? We got 2.9%. You killed it.
But the conversation should be a pre-conversation instead of a post, because Kurt's going to spend the same amount of time having that conversation with you, whether it's pre or post. And trust me, you want to do the pre.
Yeah.
Pre. Do it before you go.
You know what a lot of the guys say?
For commercial break.
Okay, Kurt, give me the bad news.
Yeah.
Quick break. We're going to get things wrapped up. Happy New Year. Thanks for another great year on the Automotive Edge Radio Show. We're not quite done, so stay tuned.
Yeah, I don't even know why anybody would want to be told bad news when they. It's like, why do you want to take that gamble? You know, it's similar to going to a doctor. You don't go to a doctor.
I was going to say the same thing. He walks in and he kind of pushes his glasses down.
Yeah, you go like, you hadn't been to the doctor, and so you kind of have to go, and then you're sitting there and you're waiting for the answer, and he pulls his glasses down, and you go, uh-oh.
You know, I have fun when I go to the doctor. So
they don't like you though.
I had to give. I went in there for my blood work, UA, and everything.
Right.
And so I put it up on the shelf, and then you close the door.
Right.
When they hear it click, they open it. Well, I let it click and open it up, and she opened it up, and I went, ah! I scared this nurse so bad.
That's funny.
And I walked in, Dr. Fuller's shaking his head. He goes, really? He goes, she's still shaking. I went, how funny was that? He was laughing. He goes, thank God I'm retiring in July. And I saw her. I said, I'm so sorry. She goes, it wasn't funny. I said, actually, it really was.
When it's happened to somebody there.
You just happened to be part of my humor. But, you know, you get all your tests and everything, and now it's so impersonalized. You get it in an email. And then you go, you know, you got to put in your date of birth and answer all these private questions. It pops up and wah, wah. And then it says, there's a click on there to schedule your appointment to go in and affirm the bad news and how you get it taken care of. I mean, it's so unpersonalized now. And I told my doctor, if you ever email me my results and we're not face to face, I'm not going to read it. I'm not. So Gina will call me and go, Kurt, Dr. Fuller, okay, Gina, how are you? Go ahead, fire away. Actually, I got my healthiest report back in forever. Cholesterol good, blood work good, heart rate good.
We both got the same results.
Yep. Colonoscopy clean. I mean, everything was really, really, really good. So I don't have to go back for any of that in 5 to 5 years. And then my physical I do every year. So yeah, good stuff. Because every time I go, man, some of my groups that I'm online with, it's just
brutal. Huh?
Somebody passed away. Or somebody's got this. So be proactive.
Yeah, I just saw.
Especially us guys, we hate going to the doctor. You hate getting the checkups. You're afraid there's going to be bad news. Let me tell you what. Let's get that bad news out of the way. You know, jump on it while you can. I've gotten so many buddies that are now. When we talk and we're at a funeral, we're going, yeah, I got to get a checkup. Yeah, why not? We're sitting there, you know, and our buddy's dead because he chose not to. You know, go get checked out.
Well, I know that when I grew up, and I heard a lot of people say this, they would go, I've never been to a doctor before. I'm not going. There's no reason to go to a doctor.
They're a bunch of quacks.
And whatever, all that crap that they would say. And I'm going like, for me now, dude, if there's something it's even slightly off kilter, I'm going to go to the doctor.
Yeah.
Because it's an ounce of prevention is worth a pound of cure. That was my grandmother's favorite statement.
Yep.
If you take care of something before it gets out of hand, you're going to be a lot better having to deal with it after the fact.
100%.
And
100%.
And I just am that way. And you can call me a wuss or whatever, you know, because I have to run to the doctor. But I'm here and I'm healthy, and things I've been through. It's more important to know before you get there.
Yeah. I'd rather go out knowing than not knowing.
That's exactly right.
Because I know where I'm going.
True. Where are you going?
A little Michael Jackson to wrap up our 22nd year on air. Made it through another year, 2025. And from the Automotive Edge radio show to you and yours, we pray blessings on each and every one of you. I've been so blessed to have a brother in Christ as a co-host.
Well, thank you. I appreciate that.
And we love each other. We tell each other we love each other. I love Barbara Ann. I love Graham. It's a family affair. I'm Mr. French. But I can't tell you enough. It's a blessing to have a radio show. It really is. But it's a bigger blessing to help you, the consumers. And I hope you share the show and you share what we do here every Saturday to help you, the consumers.
To be blessed.
Yeah. And we tell you, if we save you money, pay it forward. If we save you time, volunteer. I'll take a handshake, hug, or a lot of prayer. Kurt needs a lot of prayer. We all
do.
And so, Larry, back in studio, we love you. We appreciate everything you do every Saturday, getting up and taking care of the radio show. Our good friends now, Stacy and Lance, Jason. What a blessing to get to know Jason and all the creative things that he can do and does for iHeartMedia. And some of the tips that he's given me for the radio show. Brian McFarland, who has been my biggest advocate since the day he talked me into getting my own radio show. Guys like Pete Thompson, who always said, you're going to go places, you're going to do it. Scott Wilder, who gave me my first shot on radio, just sitting and doing commercials.
Dan Bradford, who used to help with a lot of our stuff, too.
All of our great producers that we've had over the years, starting with Scott, who was my first one, and I think he's still laughing at me getting into radio. And none of this was by coincidence.
Matt Cather and Matty Gomez.
Yeah, Matt was captain of the ship. That guy right there. If I wasn't on time and doing the things, Matt would call me out on air.
He did not like things to be on the south side.
He did not. But all the people that involved. And then my biggest advocate who got me into radio was my wife.
Yep.
Melinda goes, go meet Scott Wilder and do those commercials. And if it wasn't for her pushing me in that door to do the commercials, I'd have never had a radio show. And so I love my wife and all the many things she's done, and all the great friends and people that I've met along the way. Our great sponsors that have been with Driver's Edge just signed another contract going into year 20. This 22 years with Driver's Edge, 10 years with Eldorado Chevrolet. Chaz Gilmore, thank you. Another contract for another year at Grapevine Ford. Brandon over at Grapevine Dodge, year number 6 with these guys. And it goes on and on and on. David Gomez, years and years and years. The Classic Group, Classic Kia, Classic GMC, Buick. Without them, I wouldn't be able to do the things that I do. I wouldn't be able to do them. And it frees me up. Justin Crane, who'd become one of my all-time favorite guys to hang out with down at Burleson Nissan. I'm telling you what, I just show up and he turns from the computer and we just have a time of it. And his insight and intellect into the auto industry is just fabulous. So I'm blessed. Will Sakala with Big Wheel Body Shop, who was on for a long time with us. Some have stayed with us, some have gone, but we have still maintained those relationships. So I'm looking forward to 2026. We're going to be bringing on some new sponsors like Freeman Honda, who just joined us 90 days ago. Jeff Cole and the guys down there. Great operation. So we're going to put you with the right people doing the right things. We're going to continue to grow our ministry in 2026. We want to help you, the consumer, first of all, so you can pay it forward. We want to help more teachers next year than ever before and let them know somebody loves and cares about them. And we're going to be setting up some areas where you can actually just go directly to and donate and see where your dollars are going, because we get permission to take the pictures and show the teachers and do the different things that we're doing. But remember, there's always somebody in need out there, always. And the Automotive Edge radio show is a catalyst to help. So believe what you want. Kurt's making millions of dollars off all these car dealers, which is definitely not true. It's about helping you, the consumer, so in turn, we can help others. So Jason Long, Rusty McDonald, Chaz Gilmore, Justin Crane, Dane Miner, BJ Stankovic, all the folks at Driver's Edge Auto Repair, Brandon, David Gomez, Jesse Hull. Thank you from the bottom of my heart to allow me to do what I love doing and to share this with my good buddy and co-host, Bo Carver. Darlene
says, what radio station was Bo on in the past? Well, we met on
Prison Ministry.
Yeah, it was underground. It was 660 that we met at Salem Media.
Well, I was on 660, and we were both on 1160.
Was it 1160?
It was a really odd number.
Yeah,
but you were on before.
It was the business station, and we had no business being on radio. But it was the Wheels of Justice, and we were on probably about maybe 9 years or so ago, because I've been with Kurt now 7 years. So it's been a while, but that's how we met too. We met by being on the same radio station. He followed my show with the Automotive Edge from our Wheels of Justice.
Well, you would bring me on and tee me up coming on next.
Yeah, we did that too. Yeah, absolutely. And we had a lot of fun getting to know each other all the time that we were on the air. And then as we, the station left or wasn't there anymore, and then went to another station. And then as things developed, that passed, and then we ended up together.
Yeah, I called him and said, "You want to be a co-host?" And he goes, "I don't know anything about cars."
Who is this? But I've learned a lot. I tell you, I really have learned a lot. I think occasionally I can throw a little input in now and then. But it's a fun show. We really want it to be fun. We want it to be educational. We want to help you. That's the number one reason. But we talk about a lot of things, even though we're under the automotive umbrella, helping with their car needs. But we have fun. We talk, if you've tuned in, Yep. And we'll continue doing that, because we want to be a part of having heartfelt things from fun to education.
Remember today, turn off those electronics, get reconnected. Go tell that person you love them, and put forgiveness in your heart for 2026. The health part I get, the money part I get. But you know what? Forgiveness is paramount because we were forgiven long, long ago.
Yep.
And so it's time to forgive and forget. Let all that stuff in the past. It's heavy baggage, heavy weights. It's like a ball and chain you're dragging along. Let it go. And let's all promote each other in 2026. Understand each other. We can agree to disagree, but we don't have to have all the hate and vile that goes with it. But be sure today that you pick up the phone or in person, let that person you know that you love them. Larry, back in studio. Happy New Year. We'll be back next Saturday, the 1st of 2026, to bring you hopefully information that's beneficial to you. A few more rotten jokes that most people don't find funny, but I keep going with it anyway.
Well, there'll be something brand new for the next show for sure.
Yep.
And it's called 2026.
That's right. Be sure to sign up for the newsletter so you can join us for our big seminar coming up in January at the Fort Worth Car and Toy Museum. Other than that, be safe. Let's make the news really blasé for the New Year's. God bless.
And Happy New Year.